What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 11 Centigrams Chapter 175 What the hell happened to this world? In the chat group, Doflamingo said angrily, Master Group Owner, kill me and reincarnate, and let me destroy that despicable waste. Li Zan happily agreed to Doflamingo's request and made a clone to send back to the world of pirates. He took Doflamingo's life information and brought him into this world after reincarnation. After obtaining Li Zan's consent, the reincarnated Doflamingo smiled grimly, and without a word he killed Mora in the distance. Clap. The incomparably sharp thread was thrown out by Doflamingo, with a powerful cutting effect like a sharp sword. Although Mora and Acids dodged the slash of the thin line, the high platform under their feet was cut in half. What happened? Doflamingo? No, it's impossible. How could Doflamingo appear in the world of Crimson Eye? And his current state is also very wrong. How is it like impure world reincarnation? Mora looked at the cracks on Doflamingo's body and kept guessing in her heart. He, the imitator, met the genuine Ming brother, and naturally he was very guilty. You were very strong, let me be your opponent. Ace Day looked at Doflamingo with a warlike expression on his face, raised his hand, and countless icicles hit Doflamingo. Doflamingo waved the silk thread in his hand and smashed all the ice that hit him. Ace Day killed him from the shattered ice layer in the sky, and stabbed the ice sword in Doflamingo's heart. In the chat group, Shiki the Golden Lion commented, this woman is very strong, and Doflamingo is probably not his opponent. I don't know what the outcome of Marine Admiral Aokiji's fight with this woman will be. Li Zan. Although they all play ice, Ace Day definitely surpasses Aokiji in ice ability. Whitebeard said differently. No way. The frozen fruit ability of that boy Aokiji has been developed to the extent that it can easily freeze an island. Even so, 450 is still not a match for that woman? Li Zan. Ice an island frozen? You underestimate Aokiji too. This guy's strength is focused on devil fruit ability, his ice can freeze even volcanic lava. When Aokiji died in the Black Arm Zephyr battle, he froze the lava from the last lava island. Howard Stark. Frozen the magma. Then his strength is indeed terrifying. Since the master of the group said that Qingshang's ability to play on ice is not as good as this woman. So how powerful is this woman's ice? Li Zan. This woman has a unique trick, Mokobot Mo, which can create the effect of freezing time. The mutant Black Emperor was surprised. So exaggerated? Li Zan. Of course. In the area shrouded in Mokobotmo, everything seems to stand still, and only Acids has the ability to move. Senju Hashirama. What a terrible trick. After being shrouded in his trick, didn't he let him slaughter? Golden Lion Shiki. Ha ha ha. It's a terrible trick, but I want to experience it. Anyway, I'm the reincarnation of Chengtu now, and I'm not afraid of her killing me. One Piece Roger. Golden Lion, you said that, I want to try it too. If this move is really so powerful, neither we nor Aokiji are the opponents of this woman. Li Zan. That's not necessarily, didn't you pay attention? I just said that Qing, BFDH, Shang couldn't compare to Ace Day on ice, but I didn't say that his strength was not comparable to Ace Day. Although powerful, it is not invincible. Whitebeard asked curiously, what's wrong with this trick? Li Zan. This move can create the effect of time still, but that's all. This move is not lethal. Killing people still have to rely on Ace Day to do it himself. You can see Ace Desi's ability, no controlling Han Bing is physical art. Sword God Ryoma. People in this world don't have armament hockey. If Ace Day freezes an elementalized Aokiji, then she can't do anything about it, right? Li Zan. Not necessarily. After Aokiji uses his body to transform into ice, Acids can attack him with fire and high temperature. Unfortunately, Mokobotmo has a time limit and can only be used once a day. After using this, Ace Day, who is recruiting, may not be able to find a high temperature weapon nearby. Golden Thief Nan. In this way, the threat of this move will be greatly reduced. And the group owner has said before that people in this world are physically similar to those in the Hokage world. Senju Tobarama. That said, Acid's physical strength is not terrible. It can be seen from her battle with Doflamingo. She can't even beat Doflamingo in bodybuilding, let alone Aokiji, the Marine Admiral. Uchiha Shisui. I feel that Acid's physical strength is stronger than most of the people in the ninja world. Even if it is not comparable to Raikage's body trainers, it is not much worse. Li Zan. Of course. This is a terrifying woman who can hunt down dangerous species with her bare hands. Don't underestimate her. Her melee skills are no worse than Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Madara. Senju Hashirama said blankly. As for Madara, his situation is very similar to that of Acids. Madara, do you want to compete with that woman? Uchiha Madara said speechlessly. No need. As soon as I shoot, I am Susanoo who is both offensive and defensive. This woman's trick is useless to me. By the way, what is the matter with Acid's ability to control the ice? Li Zan. That's a taiko that you drink and use, the essence of the devil. There is no chakra and devil fruit in this world, and the supernatural powers are those taiko made with powerful materials and alchemy. Howard Stark. Alchemy? Lord, you can collect this kind of thing, right? Li Zan. I would like to collect it, but this kind of thing has almost been lost. But those alchemy works are still there, you can study it. Golden Lion Shiki. Master, let me compete with that Ace Day. I want to experience the ability of freezing time. One Piece Roger. And me. Li Zan. No problem, I'll take you over immediately, but I want to remind you, remember to resist after she freezes time. One Piece Roger wondered. What do you mean? Li Zan. Ace Dessa's trick is not the power of rules, it's just one of her skills. As long as you resist hard enough, you can break her ability. Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha, interesting, I will definitely try it when the time comes. Li Zan sent a clone to pick up both Roger and Shiki. As soon as they appeared, they quarreled with the seeds and killed them. Slash wave. The Golden Lion rushed towards Ace Day, without saying a word, it was a sword, and the Grand Sword energy killed Ace Day. Thousand-layered shield wall. With a wave of Ace Dessa's hand, a dense array of ice shields formed a line between her and Slash Wave's sword energy. The Slash Wave sword chi cut through all the ice shields like a knife cutting tofu, and then was smashed by Ace Dessa's sword after the power declined. It's a master again, it really excites me. Ace Day looked at the Golden Lion with burning eyes, and couldn't help but ask curiously, how did you float in the sky? Golden Lion Shiki laughed and said, defeat me, I can help you answer all your doubts. One Piece Roger looked at Golden Lion and Ace Day who were about to go head to head, and exclaimed unhappily, wait, why are you two fighting? I still want to participate in the battle. Ace Day looked at Roger, without a word, a huge piece of ice smashed over, and scolded, shut up. One Piece Roger's eyes lit up, raised his hand with a sword chi to cut the flying ice cubes, and then slashed towards Ace Day with one move. Ace Day raised his hand to release the icy resistance, but when he saw that the sword energy seemed to have intelligence, it avoided his icy defense, and relentlessly killed him. Danger. Ace Dessa's pupils shrank, her fragile body could not stand the greetings of this sword chi, and she had no choice but to use the unique trick, Mo Keibo Te Mo. A light blue shield spread from her seeds, covering a large area around her in the blink of an eye, and everything in the area was still. The originally aggressive god avoiding sword chi suddenly stopped in midair, unable to move like a fly in amber. You guys are really nice and gave me a huge surprise. It's really hard for you to force me to use the ultimate trick. In order to thank you for the happiness you brought me, I decided not to kill you first. Cut off your hands and feet, lock you up and torture you. Ace Day smiled morbidly, and walked towards Roger and Golden Lion Shiki with an ice sword in hand. Boom. At this moment, the invisible conqueror's haki burst out from Roger, the Pirate King, as if the real coercion shook Ace Day Mokobatmo to the shaky. How is this possible? Ace Day was stunned, her trick was shaken. The group owner is right, this trick can be resisted and cracked. Shiki, the Golden Lion, spoke slowly, with armed color and conqueror's haki erupting from his body. Far away. Mora, who is being chased by Doflamingo, is going crazy, what the hell is going on in this world? The strong men of the pirate world appear one after another here, and they all have the appearance of being reincarnation by Imperial World. Royal Palace. The Bude Admiral army in armor looked ugly, and after instructing his loyal men to protect the palace, he immediately led people to kill the Seeds and the others. Although he was very unhappy with Stirs, the Bude Admiral army knew in his heart that the other side was the top fighting force of the Empire just like him. So even if Ace Day is upset, Bude Admiral's army is going to save her. Because of the suspicion of the Bude Admiral army, those who shot Seeds were rebels. How could the Bude Admiral army, loyal to the Empire, allow the rebel army to be so rampant in the Imperial capital? Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 176 There is no room for worse. A thunderbolt fell from the sky and landed on Shiki, the Golden Lion. The Golden Lion Shiki turned his head and glanced in annoyance, and the Bude Admiral army stared at him indifferently. A Tigu that can control thunder and lightning? Interesting. In that case, let me be your opponent. Golden Lion Shiki glanced at Ace Day, then turned his attention to Bude Admiral army. You bastard golden retriever, are you looking down on me? The two of you go together, and I can beat you both. Ace Day looked at Shiki the Golden Lion unhappy, feeling that he was looked down upon. One Piece Roger laughed and said, Ace Day, don't be brave there. You can deal with me alone, so let Shiki change his opponent. Not far away. Li Zan moved to Mora, who had already been defeated by Doflamingo, and Li Zan personally gave him a ride. Ding. Congratulations to the host for successfully killing a system owner and obtaining the skill, God level, Alchemy. After Li Zan killed Mora, the system prompt sounded suddenly, and then a God level skill, Alchemy was added to his attribute list. Can Tigu's Alchemy be created? A good ability? Li Zan expressed satisfaction with this ability. God level Alchemy is a very powerful ability. As long as there are materials, he can make Tigu with his bare hands. In the palace. Minister Ornest looked anxiously to find the little emperor, and said eagerly, Your Majesty, immediately activate the Supreme Emperor's equipment. The little emperor said in surprise. Why? Minister Ornest explained. There are powerful rebels in the imperial capital. and both the Acede's Admiral Army and the Bude Admiral Army have gone to pacify the chaos. Even with their two strengths, they want to wipe out all the enemies. Some trouble. The little emperor was shocked. Are the rebels so powerful? Even the two admiral armies of the empire can't kill them. Minister Ornest said quickly, "It is precisely because of this that I want your majesty to activate the Supreme Emperor. If your majesty controls the Supreme Emperor to help, you will be able to eliminate all the rebels." The little emperor said with a firm expression, "Don't worry, minister, I will start the Supreme Emperor immediately. At that time, I will cooperate with the two admiral troops to destroy all the rebels in the empire." In the chat group, Senju Hashirama said regretfully, "Are there only these two masters in the empire? I still want to do some activities in the past." Shiki, the Golden Lion, said in the chat group while dealing with the Bude Admiral Army, "Didn't you have a good time in the pirate world? Forget this world?" Senju Hashirama said helplessly, "But I want to experience the power of Tegu and satisfy my curiosity." Shiki, the Golden Lion, "Don't worry, I will help you experience it. I don't think there is any difference between Tegu and Devil Fruit, at least the difference between the seeds and Aokiji. This guy in front of me. I have never seen Thunderfruit, do not evaluate." Whitebeard interjected, "One body elementalization. But there is no armament hockey in this world, and no body elementalization is normal." Boom. At this moment, in the palace far away from the outside world, a huge robot appeared and strode towards this side. In the chat group, Uchiha Madara was surprised. "What is that? It feels like it is comparable to my full-body Susanoo." Senju Tobaramabui said, "Uchiha Madara, can you die if you don't blow it? I feel like it's stronger than your Susanoo." Senju Hashirama's initial evaluation. "It's not as good as Madara's majestic Susanoo, and certainly not as good as my Sage Art True Several Thousand Hands." Shiki, the Golden Lion, "Who cares about this? I want to know, is this big guy also low quality?" Li Zan, "Yeah, this big guy is called Huguo Jishin, also known as the Supreme Throne. It is the first and strongest emperor built by the first emperor. It is known as the origin and peak of all emperors. Known as having abilities comparable to gods." Uchiha Madara, "Wait, I read that right? The big guy's manipulator is a kid." Li Zan, "That is not an ordinary kid, but the emperor of this empire. Only those who have the blood of the first emperor of the empire can control this supreme emperor. This is the guarantee that the first emperor of the empire left to his descendants to protect his country from into the hands of outsiders." Whitebeard suddenly said, "I suddenly thought of a question, is the same with the national treasures in the hands of celestial dragons? Only those who have the blood of celestial dragons can control them, so the world government will keep those celestial dragons like stupid pigs." Shiki, the Golden Lion, "It's possible. If we were from that angle, I'm afraid we would do something like this. By the way, was this large robot built by the first emperor of the empire? Then he must be very powerful. Should we consider giving him? Dig a grave?" Li Zan, "Thinking too much. The first emperor of the empire is not the one who builds Tegu, he is just a person with master power. Whether it is to collect the materials needed by Tegu or manufacture it, it is done by others." Howard Stark, "In the original future, the empire was still overthrown. It seems that even with such a powerful weapon, there is no guarantee that the empire will not be defeated." Li Zan, "The empire was not defeated by outsiders, it was defeated by its own internal members. Whether it was a big treacherous minister who made the people of the country miserable, or a group of high-ranking officials in the empire betrayed, it was all caused by the internal decay of the empire." Senju Hashirama, "Master Group Leader, the big robot is here. Would you like me to deal with it? Watch me shoot it to pieces with true several thousand hands?" Li Zan, "Yes, everyone else will come, and we're going to take over the empire." Sword God Ryoma, "Isn't it possible? The group master left the pirate world and didn't want it. Why did you take over this world in the first place?" Li Zan, "I didn't say I was going to take over the world, I just took over this rotten empire. What the pirate world needs to save is the whole world, and the world needs to be transformed only this empire." Li Zan, "The empire is a whole continent, but the pirate world is innumerable fragments of islands. The difficulty of management in the two places can be said to be very different." The world channel opened, and Senju Hashirama and others came from pirate world. "Look at me." Senju Hashirama looked at the tall Supreme Emperor with excitement, and without saying a word, just put his hands together, and instantly a jet-black immortal face appeared. The blue magic chakra poured frantically behind him, and the huge Senju Buddha slowly rose from the ground. "What?" The little emperor in the Supreme Emperor's equipment was immediately stunned. "What is this thing? Looking at its size and the pressure it gives, it is not inferior to the Supreme Emperor. It's coming." Senju Hashirama manipulated the Senju Buddha with an excited face, accompanied by a sour creaking sound. The Buddha's 1,000 wooden arms slowly raised, squeezed his fists and hit the Supreme Emperor. Like a rainstorm, the normal fist fell on the body of Supreme Emperor. Supreme Emperor Taigu burst out with a powerful momentum, and each weapon was used, fighting against the fists of the true several thousand hands, and smashing the incomparably strong wooden arms into powder. Ask for flowers. Uchiha Madara in the distance watched this scene silently, feeling a little heartbroken. The Supreme Emperor who struggled tenaciously was too similar to him back then. Back then, he also used a series of powerful attacks such as Tailed Beast Bomb and Bobbin Jagu to fight against True Several Thousand Hands, shattering hundreds of wooden arms. However, this was of no use. True Several Thousand Hands had too many arms. Even if he smashed hundreds of arms, the remaining hundreds of arms still turned its Susanoo into tatters, just like the Supreme Emperor Taigu that had been reduced to tatters in the distance. Senju Hashirama of Damn It will bully people by numbers. This is true of chakra, and true of True Several Thousand Hands. Are you kidding? At this time, the Bude Admiral army had gone crazy. As a family of generals who have been loyal to the royal family for generations, the Bude Admiral army is well aware of the existence of the Supreme Emperor, and also knows that only members of the royal family can drive the Supreme Emperor. And now the members of the royal family are only the little emperor. Seeing the Supreme Emperor being held in tatters, Bude Admiral's army was furious in his heart. The Supreme Emperor is like this. Is the little emperor still alive? Infinite lightning erupted from the body of Bude Admiral's army, trying to push back Shiki, the Golden Lion. The Golden Lion Shiki burst out laughing and bursting out armament Haki, who resisted the lightning of the Bude Admiral army. Point 0. Want to go? No way. Your opponent is me, and I will defeat you no matter what. The Golden Lion Shiki laughed wildly, and his attack became more violent. You don't seem angry at all, aren't you too calm compared to another Imperial general? One Piece Roger looked at Ace Day with a curious look on his face, puzzled by her indifferent reaction. Why should I be angry? He failed because he was too weak. In this world, only the strong can survive. This is my philosophy of life. Ace Day looked indifferent, staring at Roger One Piece. I'm more interested in killing you than this. In the chat group, Lee Zan said, prepare the ninja troops and let them into the city immediately. Namikaze Minato. It's ready, the army is ready to go. Lee Zan nodded with satisfaction. Minato is really good at management. Lee Zan. At One Piece Roger at Jin Lion Shiki, speed up and suppress these two as soon as possible. Others are watching, if they can't, they will help. Today, the imperial capital will change hands. Namikaze Minato reminded, Sir, we may not have enough troops to take over the entire empire at once. Lee Zan. I didn't say that I want to take over the entire empire at one time. It can be taken over bit by bit. This world is different from the pirate world, understand? Gold Thief Wu Nan. I don't understand. Lee Zan. In the world of pirates, the world government represents order. If the world government disappears and there is no organization that can replace it immediately on the sea, the whole sea will fall into panic and chaos, and the world will become worse. Lee Zan. In this world, the imperial capital only represents a place where orders are issued. It can even be said that the decay of the empire started from the imperial court. The darkness of the entire empire also spread from the imperial capital. Lee Zan. There is no such thing as pirates in this world, and it is the officials of the empire who do evil. Without the imperial capital, every place can continue to operate according to the inertia. As for getting worse, unfortunately, there is no room for this world to get worse, already. Lee Zan. As for the revolutionary army in this world, whatever they do, it's better to let them make a fuss, on. GG. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 177 God-Level Alchemy, Matrix Forging, Royal Palace. Minister Ornest led his loyal soldiers to fight to the death with the ninja army, and finally chose to escape because of the outnumbered, and then let people stab in the back when escaping. Hang Ornest's body on the gates of the imperial capital, and put up a sign saying that we are here to save them. Lee Zan glanced at Ornest's body and waved people to use it to win people's hearts. The Bude Admiral army, who was imprisoned by the sealing technique, struggled frantically when he heard the words, and shouted, Rescue! Stop kidding! You killed the emperor, you are the enemy of the empire. Lee Zan spread his palms and said indifferently, I am indeed the enemy of the empire, but are you sure that the empire can continue to exist? The empire and the people have never been a whole, and now the empire has been completely separated from the people. Lee Zan glanced at Ornest who was being dragged away, and said with a mocking expression, Thanks to this minister. If it wasn't for his rebellious actions, the people of the empire would not have been so disappointed in this country, and I would not have come to rescue you. The Bude Admiral army was at a loss for words, and Shiki, the golden lion next to him, interjected, Master, what nonsense are you talking to him? Just lock it up and keep it for experiments. Lee Zan shook his head and said, No, the Bude Admiral army is one of the few loyal and virtuous ministers in the empire. When Minister Ornest committed mischief and murdered the loyal and good, 4 or 5, he sheltered many high-ranking imperial officials with conscience. If with his help, it would be much easier to take over the empire. Bude Admiral army sneered. Let me help you get this empire. Dream, my family has been loyal to the royal family for generations, how could it be possible to rely on others? Not to mention that you killed the emperor, you are my mortal enemy. Lee Zan laughed. Are you sure you won't join me? Too soon? He looked at the Bude Admiral army and asked with great interest. I have one thing that is very curious about you. You obviously have the ability to stop Ornest from acting indiscriminately. Why have you been indifferent? Tell me goodbye because are you really that pedantic about the ancestral teaching that military generals can't handle politics? The Bude Admiral army snorted coldly. Although Ornest is not a thing, he still has some abilities. And the power in his hands is not weak. I don't want to waste the power of the Empire in the internal fight with him. In the chat group, the second Mizukage Ghost Lantern couldn't help but said, how do I feel that this guy is very similar to Sarutobi Hiruzen? That Ornest minister is Shimura Danzo. Senju Hashirama. Sarutobi Hiruzen thinks Shimura Danzo is useful, and the root ninja in his hands only obeys Shimura Danzo. Getting rid of Shimura Danzo will have a fierce infighting and deplete Konoha's power. It's really nothing new in the heavens and the world. Senju Tobarama. If the Bude Admiral army is the same as Sarutobi Hiruzen, then this loyal and virtuous minister will have a question mark. Uchiha Madara. I don't want to listen to you, who said Sarutobi Hiruzen is not a loyal minister. Although he killed your Senju family, for the whole Konoha, Sarutobi Hiruzen is a loyal minister. Senju Tobarama. Percent at $. Senju Tobarama couldn't utter swear words, so he could only send a string of garbled characters for Uchiha Madara to understand. Outside world. Lee Zan looked at the Bud Admiral army with a sneer, and said slowly, are you thinking that no matter how arrogant and rebellious Ornest is, he will not be able to threaten the Emperor's ruling position? As for those ministers who were mutilated by him, the common people are all existences that can be sacrificed. Because Ornest's behavior has cultivated a large group of treacherous officials, as long as they are fattened and slaughtered, the treasury will become rich in an instant, and the people will applaud and support the Emperor because the Emperor gets rid of the treacherous officials. Is this correct? The Bude Admiral army was stunned and couldn't help asking, do you have the ability to read minds? Lee Zan sneered. No, your method is nothing new. Many emperors have used this trick. But to be honest, I'm surprised. You, a general, didn't learn to lead troops to fight, but realized the Emperor's technique. It's about to take off. The Bude Admiral army was instantly angry and roared. Don't question my loyalty to the royal family. Everything I do is for the royal family. Changed. Starting today, everything you do will be for me. Big Dog's technique, distinguished heavenly gods. Lee Zan glared at the Bude Admiral army, and the Bude Admiral army immediately became honest and became Lee Zan's loyal lackey. Which other officials in the Empire are not rotten? You should be very clear. Go and recruit them, and by the way, to appease the people of the imperial capital. Seeing Lee Zan's eyes widen, the Bud Admiral army, who was still sturdy, was reduced to a lackey, and Ace Day, Kai Tong and others were all Spartans. Ace Dess's heart moved, looked at Lee Zan and sneered. What did you do to the Bude Admiral army? I'm sure it's a special ability. Do you want to use this trick on me too? Lee Zan looked at Ace Day and snorted coldly. If it weren't for your high prestige in the army, a beautiful and sick woman like you would have been locked up in the basement by me to receive an inhumane education. Akahito and others on the side were stunned. Senju Hashirama and others silently raised their heads to the sky. While looking up at the sky, Roger couldn't help but ask, this woman is so crazy, will she have a high prestige in the army? Lee Zan said, this woman takes wealth very lightly, and every time she wins a battle, she distributes a reward to the soldiers under her command. And if she wins a battle with her, which soldier doesn't like it? As for her habit of abusing others, she is usually only used against the enemy, so there are still many soldiers who support her. Ace Day said with a surprised look, how can you know me so well? Lee Zan sneered. You don't need to know this, just be my lackey. Another big lackey, Ace Day, who was hit by distinguished heavenly gods, stood up, and after the seal was lifted, he left here and went to close the city and appease the army in the empire. Kai Tong looked at Lee Zan with a pale face and asked, are you going to use this trick on us too? Lee Zan said unceremoniously, what do you want? You don't deserve it. Kai Tong and others. Not being controlled is a good thing. Why are you so angry in your heart? Yes, who do you despise? We are all talents. Bude. The Admiral Army Ace Day and he are all super strong who can defeat 10,000. Of course, I have no shortage of super strong. What I really like is that they can help me stabilize this country as soon as possible. Lee Zan snorted and looked at Kai Tong and the others with a half smile. As for you guys, you have some strength, but I don't put them in my eyes. Besides your strength, you don't have much to offer. Kai Tong said speechlessly. Then what do you want to do with us? Lee Zan smiled. Don't get excited, I won't treat you like that. Accept the transformation honestly, maybe you will serve me one day. Akihito. No, we are not looking forward to this day. He waved his hand to let Kai Tong and the others take them down, and let everyone perform their duties and stabilize the capital. Lee Zan came to the side of the broken Supreme Emperor. Howard Stark said in the chat group, although this robot is broken, its materials are all very good things. Some of the preserved parts can help us study the alchemy of making it. Lee Zan said, I don't need to study alchemy, I have already reached the pinnacle in this regard. Killing the traveler before gave me the top alchemy. Saying that, Lee Zan put his hand on the supreme throne and used his own divine alchemy, matrix forging. Suddenly, the entire wreckage of the supreme throne trembled, and then disintegrated into pieces. This metal fragment was continuously condensed in front of Lee Zan, and then quickly assembled around Lee Zan, turning into a piece of armor to wrap him. At the end of the forging, Lee Zan donned a gleaming golden armor that looked extremely cool. In the chat group, Howard Stark spoke, Master Group Owner, Tony in the future, is it your type to develop his mecha? Lee Zan. Almost, One Piece Roger said curiously. Master, is this alchemy? Can you make Tegu now? Lee Zan laughed. As long as I have the materials, I can easily create something like Tegu. The alchemy that I am the master of is the pinnacle of existence. Senju Tobarama couldn't help but ask, Lord, are all the remains of the High Throne condensed into this armor? Lee Zan. Is there a problem? Senju Tobarama. It's nothing, it just feels a little weird. After all, it's normal for such a big robot wreck to only make such a small armor in the end. Lee Zan. It's no surprise that I compressed the remains of the High Throne to make them even better. One Piece Roger asked curiously. Master Group. After the size reduction, who is stronger than the original Supreme Throne? Lee Zan said without hesitation. Of course my armor is stronger, don't you know that the essence is concentrated? The more concentrated the power, the stronger the destructive power, is this common sense? One Piece Roger. But, you only used the wreckage of the Supreme Throne, and, since the condensed armor is more powerful, why didn't the first emperor make the Supreme Throne into a piece of armor in 3.7? Uchiha Shisui guessed. I observed the attack methods of the Supreme Throne just now, and most of them are the type with a large attack range, but the power is not concentrated. I think the first emperor built this Supreme Throne, the purpose is not to make it stand alone with others, picking, but clearing troops on the battlefield. Uchiha Shisui. If this armor is a cage-level powerhouse, then the Supreme Throne is a tailed beast. A cage-level powerhouse can defeat the tailed beast, but the value of the two to a ninja village is vastly different. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. If that's the case, it makes sense. If you just pursue individual combat power, the Acedes and Bud Admiral Army just now are very good. Other Tegu can already create top powerhouses, so Supreme Emperor Taigu pursues battlefield killing. Lee Zan. What you are talking about is indeed one possibility, and of course there is another possibility. That is, those alchemists hired by the first emperor, they do not have the ability to condense the Supreme Throne to this level. Senju Tobarama. Lord, is it difficult to condense the High Throne into a single piece of armor? Lee Zan. Of course. This is the ability of god-level alchemists. Do you think any alchemist has such a level? Don't be so naive. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 178 Simple and Rude, as its name suggests. Thanks to Lee Zan's efforts, the work of saving the world of Crimson Eyes is proceeding in an orderly manner. With the troops from the ninja world, and the help of the Acedes and Bud Admiral Army, all the forces that tried to oppose him were easily suppressed. How can the fluorescence of rotten grass be compared to the bright moon in the heart of the sky? The situation is great. At this time, the Marvel world is full of momentum. After listening to Lee Zan's advice, Professor Charles decided to teach a lesson to the upper echelons of mankind. The attack of the Sentinel robots is a test by the high-level human beings, and they must be given a tough counterattack. Otherwise, they will realize that they are weak and can be bullied, and they will definitely be more unscrupulous in the future. Blindly compromising and giving way will only make the enemy bully him even more, which Professor Charles is very clear about. As a result, among the top officials of MIDI, a group of people who advocated massacre and suppression of mutants were directly obliterated by Professor Charles with a brainwave intensifier. In addition to this, he also gave a message to the high-level human beings targeting mutants, asking them to immediately stop the persecution of mutants. At the same time, Professor Charles himself made his X-Men actively work to unify the voices of the mutants. Those mutants who felt superior to being mutants and wanted to do evil were also ruthlessly suppressed and obliterated by Professor Charles. Just when the struggle between mutants and humans was in full swing, a big operation was also in full swing within S.H.I.E.L.D. Howard Stark, who has gained the trust of the Black Marinated Egg, told 15 that the Hydra infiltrated the S.H.I.E.L.D. Although the Black Marinated Egg is not very good, he is definitely not a rice bucket who can become the king of secret agents. After getting information from Howard, he secretly investigated, and his heart immediately became cold and cold. It is no longer appropriate to say that the S.H.I.E.L.D. friends are Hydra, and it is almost the same to say that there is a S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Hydra. The Black Marinated Egg who found this made a decision and immediately reported the matter to the World Security Council in secret. Although Haley and Dan knew that there might also be members of Hydra in the World Security Council, he believed that these people would never dare to act rashly, or even secretly obstruct the cleanup of Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. Because the Red Skull was too brutal back then, he made Hydra the enemy of all countries in the world. Don't look at how powerful Hydra has developed in secret. Once it is exposed, it is the enemy of the whole world. In the face of the military repression of various countries in the world, the means that Hydra has used over the years are not worth mentioning at all. Once they fight head-on, they will definitely be wiped out. It is precisely because they know their own weakness that the Hydra members outside of S.H.I.E.L.D. silently chose to abandon their companions in S.H.I.E.L.D. A dead Taoist friend is not a poor Taoist. Hydra does not have the spirit to sacrifice for its companions, especially when this kind of sacrifice is meaningless. In the chat group, Howard Tucker, Master, come and get the Universe Cube. I have figured out the location of the Universe Cube, and now is a good time to seize it. S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra are fighting, and now I have the Universe Cube. Put the blame on Hydra. Lee Zan. Looks like you guys are doing well, I'll go right over. Marvel World. A secret base under the name of S.H.I.E.L.D. After Li Zan approached here, the top conqueror's haki erupted directly, and the terrifying coercion stunned all the guards here. Even the equipment used for surveillance was directly destroyed under the cover of conqueror's haki. Li Zan went all the way to the deepest part of the base, and all the obstacles along the way were destroyed by his punch. The last cube exuding light blue light appeared in front of him, which was the cosmic Rubik's Cube containing space gems. Li Zan strode forward and put his hand directly on the universe cube. The knight's skill of not dying with his bare hands was activated instantly, and the golden lines quickly climbed up the universe cube. In the chat group, Howard Stark, who saw this scene, asked curiously, "Master Group Owner, what are you doing?" Li Zan replied, "I am refining the cosmic Rubik's Cube, so that it will no longer resist me, so that I can manipulate and transform it." Howard Stark asked suspiciously, "Isn't the cosmic Rubik's Cube a container for storing space gems? I have studied it for many years and found that it only has the purpose of exporting energy to the outside world, and these energies are also emitted by space gems." Li Zan. The power of the Infinity Stones is too strong and cannot be used directly by living beings. The Cosmic Cube is an artifact that can manipulate the space gems. You didn't find its use because you didn't get its approval, nor did you find it useful. The way the Master uses it. Lancelot asked in astonishment. "The leader of the group is using my skill. Don't knights die with their bare hands? This skill can even refine infinite gems?" Li Zan. "Your knight can't do this without dying with his bare hands, but mine is different. First, my skills were modified by the chat group, and second, my strength is stronger than yours." Between the words, the surface of the universe cube flashed with gold, and it was completely refined by Li Zan with his hands. The blue light flashed, the space energy surged out from inside, and a cloud of blue mist appeared behind Li Zan, swallowing him directly. In a blink of an eye, Li Zan appeared at Howard Stark's home. Howard looked at Li Zan, who appeared in front of him and sighed. The ability to move in space. It turns out that this is how the universe cube is used. Li Zan smiled and said, "This is just one of its usages. There are many usages of space gems." During the speech, the shape of the universe cube changed rapidly, becoming a blue ring with a gem the size of a dove egg inlaid on the ring. The magic cube-type weapon is very inconvenient in battle. Now, this ring can be used as a finger tiger. Li Zan looked at the Rubik's Cube transformed by himself with alchemy, expressed satisfaction with its new form, and casually determined its new name, the Space Ring. Simple and rude. True to its name. Li Zan looked at the stunned Howard and said with a smile, "Even if the black marinated egg appeared in front of me, it would be impossible to recognize that this is a cosmic cube, right?" Howard was stunned. "You spent so much effort refining it just to transform it?" Li Zan shrugged and said, "It can be transformed without refining it, but it will take more time. Besides, refining it is also to expel its hidden dangers." Howard wondered. "What hidden danger?" Li Zan said, "Odin is not the first owner of the cosmic Rubik's Cube. Before it, many big figures also held the cosmic Rubik's Cube. These people have left magic on the cosmic Rubik's Cube and can remotely control this artifact." Howard was stunned. "Remote control? No way, is this too exaggerated?" Li Zan. "Don't worry, their universe doesn't have much power to remotely control the Rubik's Cube. At most, they can open a space door between themselves and the universe Rubik's Cube, so that they can quickly come to it. Others dare not say that Thanos definitely left magic on the universe Rubik's Cube. Remote control of the cosmic cube to open the door, sensing the position of the cosmic cube, these things Thanos can do." Howard Stark's face darkened, and he said unhappily, "So, those who left magic on the universe cube can show up next to it and take it away at any time?" Li Zan nodded and said, "That's it, otherwise, why would I refine the cosmic Rubik's Cube in the base? This thing also has hidden dangers. But now there is no problem. After the cosmic Rubik's Cube has been refined, it has been transformed by alchemy. The magic above has failed. There are still more than 20 years before the Battle of New York, and both the Ancient One and Odin are still alive." Coupled with the lack of suitable pieces in his hand, Thanos did nothing when Li Zan refined the cosmic Rubik's Cube. Howard breathed a sigh of relief, nodded and said, "That's good, so I can rest assured. Is the group leader going to the universe now? It is best to take the space gems away from the Earth. Only in this way can the Earth be considered safe." Li Zan looked at Howard with a half smile, and asked, "Do you think that if the space gem leaves the Earth is safe?" Howard was stunned. "Isn't it?" Li Zan said. "It's a pity that there is still an Infinity Stone on Earth." Howard was shocked. "No way, how can there be 2 Infinity Stones on such a weak Earth?" Li Zan said, "It may feel incredible, but this is the reality. In addition to the space gem, the time gem is also on Earth." Howard Stark asked with a serious look, "Where is the time stone? I have never heard about it." Li Zan said, "Remember what I told you about the magician on the Earth? The supreme mage standing at the top of the Earth Mage has passed down this artifact called the Eye of Agamotto from generation to generation." Howard Tucker suddenly realized, like the universal Rubik's Cube, there is also an Infinity Stone hidden in the Eye of Agamotto. "Lord Group Master, do you want to grab it?" Li Zan said speechlessly. "You don't think the supreme mage is easy to deal with, do you?" At least now I have no confidence to defeat her. And she is the existence who protects the earth from being invaded by the dimensional demons. I don't want to be an enemy of her. In the chat group, Shiki the Golden Lion couldn't help but interjected. I can understand what I said earlier. What is the dimension demon? Li Zan. Dimensions, universes, worlds, planes. These terms have similar meanings. Dimensional demons are the demons of another universe. They are the masters of the entire universe. They can grow by invading other universes and devouring other universes. The universe, to enhance their own strength. Senju Hashirama couldn't help but spit out. The Marvel world is really dangerous. There are Protoss and aliens outside the planet, mutants and hydras inside the planet, and even other universes have dimensional demons eyeing them. Sword God Ryoma. Compared with the Marvel world, although our pirate world is chaotic, the level of danger is not that high. Gold Thief Wu Nan. Indeed, the crisis in the Marvel world is too high in level. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 179 The Arrogant Ronin. Li Zan. Don't be underestimated. Isn't there an alien threat from the Otsutsuki clan in the Hokage world? Although the alien threat in the pirate world did not appear, it might come one day. One Piece Roger. If there is a threat from aliens in the pirate world, it should be space pirates, right? By the way, are those space pirates strong? Senju Hashirama. Does it even need to be said? Being able to cross the universe is definitely very powerful. Li Zan. That's not necessarily true. Reality is illogical. Whoever stipulates that those who can cross the universe must be strong. People who have never left their own planet are not necessarily weaker in combat effectiveness than those who declare their presence in the universe. Howard Stark couldn't believe it. No way. How can someone who can make a name for himself in the entire universe lose to those who haven't walked out of their own planet? Li Zan. Why not? It is not uncommon in the heavens and the world to lose to the overlord of the universe on a certain planet by an unknown person. Like our cosmic overlord, the director, the front foot also said that the Avengers are a group of unknown people, and the back foot fights with them. Howard Stark from the outside world suddenly answered a phone call, and the black marinated egg asked him to meet at a place to discuss the future of S.H.I.E.L.D. Although S.H.I.E.L.D. has played a big role in clearing up Hydra, it is an indisputable fact that they were infiltrated by Hydra. After the first action, the World Security Council is likely to take the opportunity to attack. As the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., he felt that he should be prepared. Li Zan's heart moved, and he smiled at Howard's K, who was beside him. Go find the black marinated egg by yourself, and I will meet him in advance. After saying this, the space gem on Li Zan's ring flashed, and the space mist took him out of here and appeared in front of the black marinated egg. You are. Seeing Li Zan's appearance, the black marinated egg reached for a gun without saying a word. Violet light flashed in Li Zan's eyes, and the black marinated egg immediately fell for his illusion. Li Zan asked, do you have a cosmic star map in your hand? Black braised egg replied. Yes, Li Zan said. Give it to me. Black braised egg replied, I hid it in a secret place. Li Zan laughed. It's okay, distance is nothing to me. In the chat group, everyone watched Li Zan bring the black marinated egg to get the cosmic star map. Howard Stark couldn't help but ask, Master, how can Nick Fury have the cosmic star map? Li Zan laughed, because he was in contact with people from other planets, before he became director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Howard Stark was shocked. Earth has been visited by aliens? Wait, you shouldn't be talking about the aliens in mythology, right? Li Zan. Of course not. The power of Odin and other mythical figures in the universe is called Asgard, and the entire Nine Realms is their sphere of influence. It is worth mentioning that the name of the Earth in the Nine Realms is Atrium. The mutant Black Emperor said, that is to say, we are within the sphere of influence of Asgard? It can even be said that the Earth is a subordinate of Asgard? Howard Stark. No wonder there are myths and legends on the Earth. It turns out that the Earth can be regarded as Odin's territory. The peace of the Earth these years should also be attributed to Asgard. Li Zan. Of course. Although Odin adopts the stalking mode on the Earth is a member of the Nine Realms after all. Attacking the Earth is equivalent to provoking Asgard, and both Asgard and the Supreme Mage are the main forces to protect the Earth. Howard Stark. What about the aliens that Nick Fury came into contact with? Li Zan. Who knows, maybe they don't think these aliens will threaten Earth. Mutant Black Emperor. Will not threaten the Earth, are those aliens here to travel? Li Zan. No. The aliens who came to Earth at that time were divided into two major forces, namely the Kree Empire and the Skrull Empire, the three major empires of the universe. The refugees of the Skrull Empire were evacuated by the soldiers of the Kree Empire. Chase. Howard Stark was speechless. The people of the two great empires in the universe are fighting on the Earth. Does this mean that they will not threaten the Earth? In other words, how are the strength of these two universe empires compared to Asgard? Li Zan. They have never fought, so I don't know who is stronger and who is weaker. But with such a huge force like them, it's hard to say who is stronger and who is weaker. It's like a war between two countries. Will the weaker be sure to lose? Senju Hashirama. Not necessarily. Anything is possible during the war, and there is never a shortage of surprises and miracles in the world. The strong side may have a series of surprises and tricks, and the weak side may have brilliant plans and heroes. Li Zan. That's right, Asgard and the three cosmic empires are difficult to distinguish on the surface. However, they are all powerful forces in the universe, and generally speaking, they are on the same level. Mutant Black King. Since they are on the same level, why didn't Asgard and the Supreme Mage stop those aliens from going to war on Earth? Li Zan. You are mistaken about one thing, humans are not equal to the Earth. Even the forces formed by humans themselves will not necessarily act when their members face foreign enemies, let alone other forces. The mutant He Huang said speechlessly. Master Group Leader. What you said makes sense, but I am speechless. Indeed, I take the weight of human beings a little too seriously. Howard Stark. From the perspective of Asgard and the Supreme Mage, sacrificing some insignificant members to avoid diplomatic disputes is indeed a very cost-effective thing. Even if the top human beings are placed in their place, I am afraid similar decisions will be made. Li Zan. That incident was finally resolved by a superhero who walked out of the Earth. Heiyuden participated in the whole process, and he realized the weakness of the Earth. I don't know about Asgard and the Supreme Mage. He, who exists, buried this matter in his heart. Li Zan. He didn't tell anyone about this, because he was afraid that human greed could not help marching into the universe and attract powerful alien enemies. He was obsessed with forming a superhero team, and this was the reason his influence. Howard Stark. Teams of superheroes? Indeed, he told me about it. Because I worked on super soldier serums, he wanted me to rework these things. Li Zan. Does he know about the extremist virus? Howard Tucker. No, but maybe I'll consider using it to build a force when the extremist is improved. Outside world. Li Zan obtained the star map from the hand of the black marinated egg, both the Skrull and the Kree star map. The common star maps of these two cosmic empires are relatively complete in the entire universe. After getting the star map, Li Zan used the space gem to return the black marinated egg to its original place, and deleted this part of his memory. The space gem glowed, and Li Zan used it to open the space channel and set off towards the Morag star where the cosmic spirit ball is located. This is a desolate planet with only some uncivilized creatures on it, and no civilization exists. Li Zan wanders the planet in search of a temple that contains a cosmic orb. In the chat group, everyone only saw that the scene in front of them changed, and Li Zan appeared in a primitive and desolate place, and couldn't help but ask questions. Howard Stark. Master, are you still on Earth? Li Zan. This is the Morag star. The power gem is on this planet. But compared to this huge planet, the power gem is too small. I think it will take time to find it. After thinking about it, Li Zan directly used multiple shadow clone techniques to create a huge army of clones to help himself find the temple where the universe spirit ball is located. With the help of shadow clone army, Li Zan finally found the temple, and also found the cosmic spirit ball hidden in the temple. But at this time, the cosmic spirit ball was already in the hands of a man with light blue skin. Ronan looked at Li Zan, who came out of the blue fog of space, smiled and pressed a purple sphere to his sledgehammer. Are you also here for the cosmic sphere? It's a pity, it's already mine. Ronan chuckled lightly, and purple rays of light permeated out of the universe spirit ball and poured into his body along the hammer in his hand. Is this the power stone with the strongest power among the 6 infinity stones? It's really intoxicating? Ronan held the universal warhammer in his hand and said intoxicatedly. Then he turned his head to look at Li Zan. His eyes fell on the space gem on Li Zan's finger, and smiled. Space gem? It seems that I am really lucky. As soon as I got the power gem, the space gem was delivered to the door. Ronan turned the almighty warhammer in his hand, stretched out his palm towards Li Zan, and said, Wang Zhao, you should know what this gem is in your hand, right? It's not something you can have, give it to me. Li Zan laughed. It seems that the power stone has given you a lot of confidence. Do you think you can beat me? As soon as he finished speaking, Li Zan opened his mouth, and a torrent of blue energy spewed out of his mouth, bombarding the opposite Ronan like a light cannon. Although I don't know why Ronan appeared here, and obtained the cosmic spirit ball, but Li Zan didn't care either, he just grabbed the cosmic spirit ball. Energy barrier. On the omnipotent warhammer in Ronan's hand, the cosmic spirit ball emitted purple light, and a barrier appeared in front of Ronan, blocking the torrent of energy emitted by Li Zan. Although the power of the space gem is powerful, it is not the type that is good at fighting. You are not my opponent, please give me the space gem obediently. My universal warhammer is the crystallization of the technology of the Carry Empire, and it also has the ability to space. In front of me, it's not easy for you to escape. Give me the space gem yourself, and you can save a lot of trouble. Ronan said conceitedly, full of confidence in his almighty warhammer and power gem. Innocent. Li Zan sneered, this guy is really arrogant, no wonder he was defeated by Star-Lord in such a naive way. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 180 Thanos, Saul, Loki. Ronan's arrogant performance made the undead who saw him through Li Zan unhappy. Uchiha Madara, a senior pretender, felt the same kind of breath as soon as he saw Ronan. It was very similar to his arrogance, middle school and pretending. Uchiha Madara said unhappily in the chat group. Master Group Owner, who is this alien in blue skin? I feel like he's crazy. Li Zan. I told you just now that the high-level officer of the Kree Empire, one of the three major empires in the universe, the accuser Ronan. The weapon in his hand is the crystallization of the powerful technology of the Kree Empire, the Universal Warhammer. Individual weapons are perfect. When Howard Stark heard this, he immediately became interested. The technological crystallization of the Kree Empire. A near-perfect individual weapon. Lord of the group, what function does that hammer have? Li Zan. There are many abilities in the decomposition and reorganization of matter: force field defense, flight, energy launch, energy absorption, control of gravity, teleportation, influence on time and space, and teleportation of minds. Otherwise, how can it be called an omnipotent warhammer? 1-3. Wei. The mutant Black Emperor felt very depressed. The ability that they were proud of, they could even possess a hammer. Even the abilities of most mutants are not as good as this hammer. This hammer surpasses countless mutants in both quantity and quality of abilities. Howard Stark. Don't get excited about the Black Emperor, you should have had this awareness long ago. Compared with the innate abilities of mutants, technology is the future. The mutant Black Emperor was very depressed. Although I knew this for a long time, I still feel uncomfortable. The natural and powerful ability has been surpassed by acquired technology. Li Zan. Who said that the abilities of mutants are inborn? Mutants are also the product of scientific transformation. The ancient gods in ancient times transformed some human beings on the earth, and they are the ancestors of mutants. The mutant Black Emperor was stunned. What? The ability of our mutants is not innate, but the product of scientific transformation? The ancestors of our mutants turned out to be a group of experimental products? The mutant Black Emperor's heart has been strongly impacted, and the fact that his ancestors are even an experiment himself, yes, the inner pride of mutants is a huge blow. Howard Stark turned his attention to another place. What is the group of gods? It seems that there is no such thing in mythology. How do they compare to Odin? Li Zan. The strength of the Tiantian group is superior to that of Odin, and it can even be said that the two sides are not on the same level. When I said that the water in the Marvel world is very deep, I was not kidding. Uchiha Madara changed the subject and asked the question he cared about. Master, are you sure you can defeat this pesky accuser Ronan? Li Zan. Of course. Today is not only the Power Stone, but also the Universal Warhammer. Outside world. Li Zan looked at Ronan, who was blocking himself with an energy barrier in front of him, raised his hand and swiped lightly in front of him, and a dimensional cut easily toward the energy barrier. Ronan, let me tell you a truth. The Infinity Stones do have their own focus, but not everyone can unleash its true power. The space gem on Li Zan's finger flashed a dazzling blue light, and the surrounding space suddenly solidified, squeezing towards Ronan. Not good. Ronan's expression changed. He suddenly raised the all-purpose war hammer in his hand. The cosmic spirit ball on the hammerhead emitted purple light, and slammed into the space in front of him. Bump. Relying on the mutual confrontation between the Infinity Stones, Ronan smashed the space squeezed towards him. But at this moment, Li Zan appeared in front of him with a teleportation, and reached out and pressed his Universal Warhammer. Knights do not die with their bare hands. The golden pattern spreads rapidly from Li Zan's palm and spreads continuously on the surface of the Universal Warhammer. This is Li Zan's attempt to seize the control of Ronan's Universal Warhammer. Court death. Seeing that Li Zan dared to approach him to snatch control of the Universal Warhammer, Ronan couldn't help but be furious, pushing the Universal Warhammer to release energy. Damn. What have you done? Just wanted to use the energy of the Universal Warhammer to smash Li Zan into pieces, but Ronan was surprised to find that the Universal Warhammer was not obeying his orders. This hammer is very good, and it is the most suitable for me to use. Li Zan grinned at Ronan, the pupil power in his eyes flowed, an illusion made him stunned, and Li Zan took more control of the Universal Warhammer. The clothes on Ronan's body glowed, and it seemed to be a high-tech product, which helped Ronan relieve Li Zan's illusion. High-tech again. Trouble, Li Zan murmured, and a burst of energy burst out from his eyes, and he blasted Ronan out of the air. In the chat group, Uchiha Madara couldn't help but ask, Master, when did you get the ability to emit energy? Senju Hashirama is also puzzled. I just wanted to ask, what's the matter with the group owner spewing energy from his mouth? Li. This is the ability of the mutant Black Emperor, to release the energy absorbed by himself. The space gem is in my hand, and I can extract a steady stream of energy from it. Mutant Black Emperor. The Infinity Stones provide energy, and I can control them with my ability. It's a perfect match. If I have an Infinity Stone, the combat power will definitely increase exponentially. The Mutant Black Emperor belongs to the type that absorbs as much energy as he has combat power. Treasures like the Infinity Stones, which can provide him with infinite energy, are exactly what he needs. Outside world. Li Zan used the skill, Knight not to die with his bare hands, and successfully refined the Universal Warhammer. The hammerhead of the Universal Warhammer changed, releasing the cosmic spirit ball embedded on it. God-level alchemy, matrix forging. The cosmic spirit ball was refined together when Li Zan refined the Universal Warhammer. At this time, it changed its form under Li Zan's divine alchemy and turned into a purple ring that Li Zan wore on his finger. The Power Stone is also mounted on it. Very good. Looking at the two infinity rings in his hand, Li Zan nodded in satisfaction. He waved the almighty warhammer casually, and the purple light of the power gem roamed the hammer body, which greatly enhanced the ability of the almighty BFDH warhammer. Power gems have the ability to enhance the effect, not to mention the effect of the universal warhammer. Even if it is the effect of other infinite gems, it can be enhanced with power gems. The accuser Ronan put the cosmic spirit ball on the universal warhammer, not because only by doing so can he strengthen the ability of the universal warhammer with strength retention. It's because the cosmic spirit ball is the same as the cosmic Rubik's cube, and their shape is not suitable for fighting. What do you want to do? I am a high-level executive of the Carry Empire. Do you know how terrifying the strength of the Carry Empire is? The accuser, Ronan, looked ugly, but Li Zan threatened Li Zan. You are already like this, why are you still stubborn? Li Zan looked at Ronan speechlessly, and when he raised his hand, a blast of energy shattered him into pieces. The top of the Kree Empire? Opinionated, in the chat group. Howard Stark. Master, can you let me study the Universal Warhammer? This is the technological crystallization of the Kree Empire. If you thoroughly understand it, it will definitely bring about a technological leap. Li Zan. Of course. If you can fully understand the technology contained in the Universal Warhammer, then you know that the mechanical armor that comes out is really awesome. Howard Stark suddenly thought of a question and couldn't help asking. In the original future, is the mecha made by Tony as advanced as the Universal Warhammer? Li Zan. It's very rude to say, no, there can be a strong person who can crush the cosmic overlord with personal force on a remote planet, but it is impossible for the existence of technological strength to crush the cosmic overlord. Howard Tucker. It makes sense. If the strength of technology can crush the overlord of the universe, then the planet cannot be a backcountry. Just as Li Zan was about to return to Earth with the Universal Warhammer, a throne flew quickly in the sky. On the throne, a purple sweet potato spirit in golden armor was looking at Li Zan with indifferent eyes. Power gem. Space gems. I didn't expect you to have 2 infinity stones, what a surprise. It seems that Ronan was killed by you. The purple potato essence looked at Li Zan with indifferent eyes, as if seeing the prey. Just out of 2 infinity stones, I'll give you a chance to follow me. Purple sweet potato Jing looked at Li Zan and said in a high-spirited tone. Li Zan laughed a little. Since you saw that I have 2 infinity stones, how did you get the courage to talk to me like that? Zishijing said indifferently. Although the infinity stones are cosmic treasures, they are not the power that everyone can exert. Although you have 2 infinity stones, you may not be able to exert 1/10,000th of their power. Zishijing jumped down and looked at Li Zan and said coldly, in this universe, there are many strong people who can defeat the owner of the infinity stones with their bare hands. Li Zan laughed. Are you trying to say that you are one of them? Although he was very displeased with Thanos' tone, Li Zan had to admit that what Thanos said was the truth. Doctor Strange and Vision were beaten by Thanos' men even when the Master had the infinity stones. Thanos' strength is much stronger than his subordinates. Thanos raised his palm and said with a sneer, even with my bare hands, I'm sure I can grab the 2 infinity stones. Besides, I still have this. Thanos wears a glove on his palm, and there are 6 grooves on the back of the glove, one of which is inlaid with the largest mind gem among the 6 infinity gems. Infinite gloves? Mind gem? Took it down from the scepter ahead of time? No, maybe it hasn't been put on the scepter yet. Li Zan looked at Thanos and thought. At this point, Thanos said to Li Zan indifferently. Come on, tell me your decision. Li Zan sneered and said indifferently. Thanos, do you think of yourself too much? You must not think that only you can exert the power of the infinity stones. Today I will let you know, what is it? Heaven is out there. Boom. At this moment, colorful rays of light descended from the sky, and 2 young people walked out of the rays of light. One of them was handsome, with blonde hair and a silver hammer in his hand. It was Thor, the god of thunder from Asgard. Of course, now he should be the hammer god Thor. Beside him, stood a handsome man in a golden green leather armor with a feminine appearance. It was his half-brother, Loki, who fell in love with Thor and killed him for thousands of years. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 181 Thanos, How Dare You, in the chat group. Howard Stark was a little speechless. Master, your luck is a little weird. You just got the power gem, and another infinity gem came to the door. What kind of gem is that golden infinity gem? Its volume ratio power gems and space gems are big. Li Zan. Mind gem. Uchiha Madara said a little unhappily. Are people in this world so arrogant? This big guy in purple is even better than the guy in blue, slow. Li Zan. It's not surprising at all. The guy in blue is lower than the guy in purple. The reason why the guy in purple appeared is probably because I killed the guy in blue. Howard Stark. That guy in blue is a high-level executive of the Kree Empire, one of the 3 major empires in the universe. Who is this guy? To be taller than Ronan, it shouldn't be anything, a nameless person, right? Li Zan. He is Sano, the overlord of the universe, the mad titan of the Eternals, the leader of the Dark Order, Thanos, and the supervillain who wiped out half the population of the universe in the original future. Senju Hashirama was shocked. That means, he collected 6 Infinity Stones in the original future. How ferocious. Howard Tucker asked with some puzzlement. This guy is so fierce, how did my son save the universe from him? Lee Zahn. This matter is a bit complicated. After destroying half of the population of the universe, the purple potato essence in front of me destroyed 6 Infinity Stones with his own hands. Uchiha Madara was stunned and said, Why? Why did he destroy such a precious artifact as the Infinity Stone? Can a treasure like the Infinity Stone be destroyed? Lee Zahn. The power of the Infinity Stones can fight against the Infinity Stones, and the power of the Infinity Stones can also destroy the Infinity Stones. As for why he destroyed the Infinity Stones, it's because he feels that his ideal has been completed. Whitebeard wondered, his ideal? Lee Zahn. That's right, Thanos is a philosopher and thinker who is worried about the future. Only then did he see that life in the entire universe is growing without limit. Sooner or later, this will lead to a shortage of resources in the universe, which in turn will bring destruction to the entire universe. Crisis. Lee Zahn. So he collected 6 Infinity Stones, snapped his fingers and wiped out half the population of the universe. He felt that he was saving the universe by doing this. After doing all this, he had nothing else to do. After destroying the Infinity Stones, he looked for a planet as old. Howard Stark. Mutant Black King. The two were a little speechless. Thanos actually destroyed half of the universe's population for such a boring reason. Isn't her world too unlucky? Dad. Is this purple potato essence crazy? The growth rate of human beings is crazy. Even if he wipes out half of the population in the universe, it will take less than 100 years to return to its original state. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Moon. Indeed. This is very illogical. The overlord of the universe will not even know this knowledge, right? War can wipe out a large number of people, but as soon as it ends, the population will rebound quickly. Namikaze Minato. This kind of thing is known even to those of us who have experienced the Great Ninja World War. Wouldn't a strong man like Thanos know about it? It's unreasonable. Lee Zahn. Who can say this kind of thing? Maybe some big man blinded Thanos' mind. Maybe Thanos' own experience made him fall into paranoia. Howard Stark. The Thanos experience. Lee Zahn. That's right, Thanos' own planet was destroyed because of too many populations and shortage of resources. Thanos' obsession with eliminating the population has a lot to do with his life experience. Uchiha Madara. Compared to the experience of Thanos, I want to know what kind of big man can deceive him. With 6 Infinity Stones, he can wipe out half the population of the universe with a snap of his fingers. Lee Zahn. The Thanos after collecting all 6 Infinity Stones is indeed powerful, but there are many more powerful beings in this world than him. Don't underestimate this world, the water in this world is deep. Even with 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos' strength is barely at the level of the multiverse. In the Marvel world, there are not a lot of powerhouses at the multiverse level. And above the multiverse, there is the existence of the omnipotent universe. Senju Hashirama. Compared to these, I admire the heart of Thanos more. A powerful artifact like the Infinity Stones is destroyed if you say it is destroyed. After completing your dream, you will not miss your status and power. Unlike some people, who are trying to save the world. The name wants to make himself the god who dominates everything. Uchiha Madara. Senju Hashirama reluctantly said, Master, if someone is willing to fulfill his dream for Thanos, would Thanos be willing to give up the Infinity Gloves? Lee Zahn pondered for a moment, then replied, Probably. Senju Hashirama sneered. If I remember correctly, some people in the original future, but with Uchiha Obito to enhance the opportunity to serve infinite Tsukuyomi. It seems that some people's belief in saving the world is far less pure than Thanos. Uchiha said speechlessly. Okay, I admit that I don't have such a pure belief, but I still don't understand the reason why Thanos destroyed the Infinity Stone. Even if his wish has been fulfilled, there is no need to destroy it, right? Lee Zahn. The power of the Infinity Stones is too strong, and it will make many people take risks. And if someone else has mastered 6 Infinity Stones, a snap of your fingers can revive those who were killed by Thanos. Howard Stark's heart moved. Master Group owner, Tony didn't die because of this, right? Lee Zahn. That's right, after Thanos destroyed the Infinity Stones, they were killed by Tony and his team. In order to resurrect those killed by Thanos, they traveled through time and got 6 Infinity Stones from the past. Lee Zahn. But their behavior of disrupting time also brought the past Thanos into the future. The past Thanos fought with Tony and the others in the future, and Tony Stark got the 6 Infinity Stones inlaid at a critical moment. Gloves. Howard Stark was pleasantly surprised. Isn't he invincible? Lee Zahn. The tyrant is at hand. In order to destroy the tyrant, Tony Stark snapped his fingers. But his own strength was too poor, and he was destroyed by the backlash of the Infinity Stones. Howard Stark. The mutant Black Emperor said speechlessly. This is also called saving the universe. Speaking of which, how did Tony Stark and others with 6 Infinity Stones compete with Thanos? With such a strong power, they should be able to easily it's right to solve Thanos and others. Lee Zahn. How do you say it? The Infinity Gauntlet with 6 Infinity Stones is not so easy to control. Just putting on the backlash that it has to endure is not something that ordinary people can bear. Although Tony Stark and the others have artifacts, but it doesn't work. Mutant Black Emperor. If you want to say that, Then I will understand. Howard and the others have obtained the universe Rubik's Cube for many years, but they can't use it. They're in the same line of father and son. Howard Tucker was speechless. There was really no excuse for this. Not to mention the infinity gloves inlaid with 6 infinity gems. The cosmic Rubik's Cube with 1 infinity gem was activated, and the overflowing energy made him dare not approach. After thinking about it, Howard Stark asked in a puzzled way. If no one can use it, how did they revive half of the population in the universe? It won't be when they destroyed Thanos and others, and they brought those people together. Are people resurrected? Li Zan. Among Tony Stark's companions, there is a powerful being. He used the 6-gem infinity gloves to revive half of the population that was wiped out by Thanos. After using the Infinity Stone's backlash, he was revived, half. Li Zan. Then, the tyrant from the past appeared, and the infinite glove did not dare to use it indiscriminately. The two sides fought fiercely, and the infinite glove was almost taken away by Thanos. Tony Stark had no choice but to use the infinite glove to kill the tyrant. Wait, do you understand now? Dot for flowers Howard Stark. Got it, One Piece Roger said with emotion. It seems that Thanos and Tony Stark are very lucky to be able to get all 6 Infinity Stones. Uchiha Madara echoed. Indeed. No amount of planning can compare to accidents, and getting 6 Infinity Stones is enough to show their luck. Shiki, the Golden Lion with bad luck, silently gave up the idea of speaking at this time. Li Zan. Thanos and Tony Stark, they're similar to Roger and Luffy. They are all people with great luck, and they tend to do more with less. Sword God Ryoma. This big guy in purple, we have figured it out. Who are the other two who came out of the colorful beam of light? Li Zan. The Asgard God King, Odin's 2 sons, Thor and Loki. The colorful lights they used when they appeared were Asgard's space artifact, Rainbow Bridge, which can be used with rainbows. Light sends people and things anywhere. Mutant Black Emperor. What are they doing here? Wait, isn't it because the lord of the group took away the Rubik's Cube? Li Zan. It's possible. The gold thief Wu Nan. This means that the master of the group not only has to deal with the overlord of the universe with atmospheric luck and infinite gems, but also has to deal with the 2 princes of Asgard, and he has to be careful of Odin's attack. Shiki the Golden Lion. The group leader is in a bad situation, there is trouble. At this moment, Thor raised the hammer of Thor in his hand, and said to Thanos angrily, Thanos, you are so courageous. Knowing that the dwarves are protected by our Asgard, how dare you manipulate them to do things for you? Loki looked at the infinity gloves on Thanos' hand, and said with a surprised expression, this is the artifact that you manipulated the Dwarf King to create for you? I have seen such gloves in Asgard's treasury. But yours not the same, there are 6 gems on that glove. Thor said angrily. Loki, why are you talking nonsense to him? The Dwarf King is my friend, and I don't allow anyone to bully and fool him. Hearing Thor and Loki's words, the undead in the chat group were a little surprised and asked Li Zan what was going on. They can understand what Thor and Loki said, but they don't understand the meaning, because they lack understanding of the situation in this universe. Li Zan explained. The planet inhabited by the dwarves is also one of the 9 realms, protected by Asgard. The dwarves are good at crafting weapons, the Thor's hammer and the infinity gloves in Thanos are all made by them. Yes. The power of the infinity stones is too strong, and they must be controlled with the help of artifacts. In order to drive the 6 infinity stones, Thanos used the power of the Mind Stone to control the Dwarf King and helped him create the infinity gloves. 'Tis me. Is that Mind Stone also contained in a certain Universe XX artifact? The 6 infinity stones are all hidden in something similar? Li Zan. That's not it, the Universe Cube and the Universe Ball are just an accident. If the Mind Gem is a gem on a scepter. Howard Tucker. Which one is stronger, Cosmic Overlord or Asgard? Since Thanos dares to control Asgard's vassals, he should have a strength that is no weaker than Asgard, right? Li Zan. Maybe, Thanos just manipulated the Dwarf King to make weapons for himself, and didn't do anything superfluous. I think he was afraid of Asgard. There are mutants in this world, which is very different from the Avengers universe. It seems that Thanos got the Infinity Gloves a little earlier, and it seems that he did not slaughter the dwarves. Of course. There is still a guess in Li Zan's mind, that is, his refining the universe Rubik's Cube stimulated Thanos and made him speed up his actions, so that there were various deviations. After all, Li Zan is not a little butterfly in the Marvel universe, and the impact of his wings is still great. In particular, he collects the Infinity Stones, which has a huge impact on the Marvel world. Superior. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 182:11 Consciousness Rebellion. In the chat group, Uchiha Madara couldn't help but ask. The kid in the gold-green leather armor said that Asgard has infinity gloves and 6 infinity gems? Li Zan. The infinity gauntlet should be real, and the infinity stones must be fake. Odin also thought about collecting 6 infinity stones back then, but something happened later that made him give up the idea. Howard Stark surmised. So he made 6 fake infinity stones and set them on the infinity gloves and kept them in his treasure trove as souvenirs? Li Zan. That's right, outside world. Thanos gave Thor and Loki a cold look, and said slowly. The 2 princes of Asgard, didn't God King Odin teach you to do what you can? Thor, the god of thunder, looked like a newborn calf who was not afraid of tigers, and said aggressively to Thanos. Asgard has been peaceful for so long that many people have lost their awe of Asgard. For your provocation, Asgard guard will never let it go easily. Thanos smiled slightly, the golden gems on the infinity gloves flashed light, and the expressions of Sol and Loki changed suddenly. Thanos said to Thor and Loki in a faint tone. Have you seen the man on the other side? The blue ring on his hand and the infinity stone at the top belong to Asgard. Thor asked in a confused, 467, why do you say that? Thanos smiled and said, you should know that Odin once held an artifact called the Cosmic Rubik's Cube, right? That space gem is the core and energy source of the Cosmic Rubik's Cube. Now this artifact has been taken away. Aren't the two princes going to take it back? Sol nodded, his expression became firm, and he said to Li Zan, if that's the case, then please return the treasures of Asgard. In the chat group, Sword God Ryoma said in surprise, this is the Prince of Asgard? With such a stupid air, Asgard will definitely be doomed in the future. Mutant Black Emperor. It should be what Thanos used, is it the power of the Mind Stone? Li Zan. That's right. The power of the mind of the Master of the Mind Stone, telepathy, mind control, emotional guidance, memory manipulation. These are the powers of the mind, and the owner of the Mind Stone can use these powers at will. The Mutant Black Emperor thought. It's equivalent to an enhanced version of Professor Charles. That is to say, now Thor and Loki are both influenced and controlled by him? Li Zan. Almost, anyway, they were affected by the power of the Mind Stone, and now it's like losing their minds. Whitebeard wondered. I have a question, doesn't Odin know what's going on here? His son is being influenced and controlled by others, so he doesn't say anything at all? Li Zan. Don't underestimate Odin, he is a real king. Because his son is being influenced and controlled, he can't help but want to shoot. This is not what a qualified king should do. Whitebeard asked. Then according to the lord of the group, what is Odin doing now? Li Zan speculated. I think it is very likely that Odin is watching the battle here. As long as Thor and Loki are not in danger, he certainly doesn't mind using me and Thanos to give his two sons a fight, class. Sword God Ryoma. It makes sense. Neither of his two sons seem to be able to master the huge power, and he really needs a good education. Outside world. Li Zan looked at Thor, shaking his head slightly, and said with a disappointed expression, reckless, belligerent and lacking in strength, can you really support Asgard? Thor was furious when he heard the words, and without saying a word, he raised the hammer of Thor in his hand. The sky was surging, and silver lightning fell from the pitch-black clouds, connecting with the silver hammer raised by Thor. Actually, underestimate me. Go to hell. Thor gave a low voice and waved the hammer in his hand violently. The silver lightning roared towards Li Zan and landed on Li Zan's body with a rumble. Li Zan did not evade, let these thunder and lightning fall on him, and then the mutant absorbed them all with the ability of the Black Emperor. How is this possible? You actually absorbed all my lightning. Thor looked at Li Zan in astonishment, his all-powerful lightning attack failed for the first time. Li Zan raised his palm, the silver electric current was pulsing in his palm, and smiled at Thor, the god of thunder in the distance. How about telling you a joke? Thor is afraid of electricity. Thor was stunned when he heard the words, and his expression immediately became embarrassed. He felt that Li Zan was humiliating him, and he was very angry. Then he saw Li Zan punch him, and the dazzling silver lightning turned into a torrent, drowning him and Loki all at once. The thunder light dissipated, and Sol and Loki trembled, feeling a little numb all over their bodies. This was the aftermath of being attacked by lightning. Thor is afraid of electricity. Am I kidding? Li Zan smiled and looked at Thor, the god of thunder. God knows why he, the master of the power of thunder, was hurt by lightning. You. Die. Thor was angry, and without saying a word, he threw the Thor's hammer out of his hand and used it as a meteor hammer to smash Li Zan. Thor's three axes, a hammer, and a call to lightning. The third trick has been used, which proved to be ineffective against Li Zan. Not only that, Li Zan also showed the ability to be immune to lightning that Thor was envious of. In this case, let's try the second move. Thor's hammer smashed Li Zan with a powerful impact. Pung. Li Zan calmly raised his palm, grabbed the flying Thor's hammer at once, and the golden pattern spread from his hand to Thor's hammer. Knights do not die with their bare hands. No, it's impossible. Seeing that Li Zan caught his own hammer and threw it up twice, Thor turned gloomy. Return. Thor's hammer. Give me back. Thor waved at Thor's hammer again, and the Thor's hammer, which he summoned on weekdays, was indifferent to him. This is impossible. Loki beside Thor also had a face full of grey defeat, and his knowledge of Thor's hammer was no less than that of Thor. As a well-known artifact in Asgard, Thor's hammer is also very attractive to Loki, and Loki also tried to drive this Thor's hammer. But it's a pity, as an artifact, Thor's hammer is quite aloof. Except for Odin and Thor, others don't give face, and no one wants to pick it up. Because of Thor's preference, Thor regards Thor as his destined treasure. He takes it with him when he eats and sleeps, and takes it out from time to time to show off. His feelings for the hammer almost catch up with his own brother. And Loki is always in a commotion because of what he can't get, and he is always on the boat with his brother's hammer, hoping that one day he can win love with the knife and let the hammer know that he is better than his brother. Now, after Thor's hammer was thrown out by Thordy, he threw himself into Lee Zon's arms without hesitation. This feeling was like Soul's girlfriend who has been in love for many years, and the goddess who Loki has licked for many years, fell into Lee Zon's arms under their unbelievable eyes. Clap clap, in the dark, there seems to be the sound of a broken glass heart. Isn't it? Thanos looked at Thor and Loki speechlessly, and saw that Thor's hammer was lost by Master Lee Zon, which actually overwhelmed the other emotions he gave. With such two hapless heirs, Asgard eats date pills. Thanos thought silently in his heart, ignoring the two low-pressure funny ratios, and looked at Lee Zon in front of him with majestic eyes. Is it your turn to shoot? Lee Zon threw the Thor's hammer in his hand and looked at Lee Zon with a half-smile. You are very strong and your equipment is excellent. If you fight hard, I won't be able to win you now. Thanos said in a calm tone. Lee Zon had too much magic on his body. Space gems, power gems, Thor's hammer, universal battle. Each of them is a genuine god outfit with a very terrifying power. Lee Zon asked curiously, so what, are you going to admit defeat? Thanos sneered and said, what a pity. You have a fatal hidden danger on your body, that's why I am confident that I can defeat you. As soon as the words fell, the spiritual gem in Thanos' hand suddenly glowed, and the golden light was dazzling. As the golden light lit up, Lee Zon's body suddenly swelled, and 11 alien consciousnesses in the body began to resist him. Damn it! Lee Zon's face changed and his eyes widened in anger. Conqueror's Haki burst out, suppressing the 11 consciousnesses in the body. Pitch black lightning flashed on his body, and the 6 paths level shadow guarded his consciousness. The purple light of the Power Stone traveled all over the body, compressing Lee Zon's bloated body back to its original shape. The almighty Warhammer quickly transformed into a helmet similar to Magneto, which was put on Lee Zon's head. Bring it! When Thanos saw this, his eyes narrowed, and he killed Lee Zon without saying a word. His big hand wearing infinite gloves grabbed the infinite gem in Lee Zon's hand. Go away! Lee Zon threw out Thor's hammer without saying a word, and was knocked flying by Thanos with his fist. The Emperor Mecha appeared on Lee Zon's body, using the god-level alchemy that slashed the world of red eyes, and the super armor created by the wreckage of the Supreme Throne, which gave him a huge boost as soon as he put it on. The light of the 2 Infinity Stones quickly filled the entire mecha, and Lee Zon punched out to meet Thanos' outstretched hand. Take back your dog's paw. Boom! Lee Zon and Thanos punched each other, and both realized that the opponent's strength was comparable to his own. Lee Zon was reluctant to stay and take the risk. The gems on the space ring shone brightly, and a cloud of blue mist quickly engulfed him. Damn! Thanos threw a punch and his face turned dark. Such a great opportunity, so missed, on the far moon. Lee Zon appeared out of thin air, running Conqueror's Haki, 6 paths Yin Shi, Power Jewel, and restored his state to the best. In the chat group, everyone asked Lee Zon what happened. Lee Zon replied, I have the consciousness of Hydra, Ghetto Statue and Kagaya G in my body, and they rebelled just now with the support of the Mind Stone. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 183 High School Students Can't Compare. Chatting with the group leader, Uchiha Madara said in amazement. No way? Lord Group Leader, these wills can actually resist you? Lee Zon. Under normal conditions, it is impossible for them to resist me. But if my strength is weakened, or if they are strengthened like just now, there will be a situation where they will resist. Senju Tobarama asked curiously, in the original future of the Hokage world, did these wills rebel against Uchiha Madara? Lee Zon. The reason why Uchiha Madara was sacrificed by Black Zetsu's backstab was because the Kagaya G's will in him counterattacked. Besides him, Uchiha Obito suffered a counterattack from the Ten-Tails will, and Otsutsuki Kagaya experienced a counterattack. The will of the Nine-Tailed Beasts counterattacks. Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha. I didn't expect that becoming Ten-Tails Jinchuriki would be so risky. Should the group owner consider giving up Ten-Tails? Lee Zon. Give up Ten-Tails? Thinking too much, it is impossible for me to give it up now. The Infinity Stones and the Emperor Mecha are external equipment, and my personal strength mainly comes from the Hokage world and the Pirate world. Lee Zon. Swordsmanship, Taijutsu, Haki and Devil Fruit abilities from the world of pirates are the main skills, and the top talent you gave me determines the extreme of my physical fitness. Unfortunately, these add up to not enough for me to step in 6 paths class. Lee Zon. The boundaries of Hitomi, Ninjutsu and Blood Jitsu from the world of Hokage add up to nothing but overlap with everything in the world of pirates. Only the identity of Ten-Tails Jinchuriki can make my level of strength and life leap forward. Give it up, it means that my strength and life level have slipped. Infinity Stones, while good, are external gear. No matter how bad Ten-Tails Jinchuriki is, it is also its own level. Lee Zon still knows that his level is more important than his equipment. Howard Stark. Then what to do? If you don't solve this hidden danger, you will suffer a lot when facing Thanos. Lee Zon. It's not bad to suffer. Even if I have this hidden danger to face Thanos, I can make a difference. The reason why I choose to walk is because there is an uncertain factor like Odin watching. Mutant Black Emperor. Because it would be very troublesome to face Thanos and Odin at the same time, so the group owner threw the Thor's hammer out again? Li Zan. Yeah, Senju Hashirama. Does the group leader have a solution to the hidden will in the body? Li Zan. Difficult. If I get the mind gems, maybe I can try to get rid of them. But now, I can only suppress them. The will is the hardest thing to solve, otherwise I won't put the world evil and black Zetsu or dealt with by means of sealing. Li Zan. Especially the 11 consciousnesses in my body, they coexist with the power of 10 tails. It is too difficult to eliminate them without weakening my power. Dad. If it is stripped of consciousness, there seems to be related magic in Dad's world. Lord of the group, are you going to go around Dad's world? Li Zan laughed. Have you decided to trust me, Dad? Yeah, this is the world pass. When will the group owner leave? Li Zan. Now, after receiving the world pass from his father, Li Zan came directly to the world of Jackie Chan's adventures. San Francisco. Li Zan appeared at the top of a building, looking at the dark clouds shrouded in the sky. Brows slightly raised, the dark power of this world is too strong. Dad said in the chat group, Master Group Owner, do you understand Dad's world? Don't feel strange about the darkness of the world, this world is approaching the ultimate darkness. One Piece Roger asked curiously, what is the ultimate darkness? Dad's world has two opposing magical energies, righteousness and blackness. They represent the yin and yang of this world. When the blackness is strong, all kinds of demons will be born in the world. If the black chi is extremely powerful, the whole world will fall into the ultimate darkness. Li Zan. That's right, in ancient times, the black chi in this world gave birth to 8 demons, and righteousness gave birth to 8 undead generals. The demons ruled the world for a period of time, and then they were defeated by the generals one by one. Seal. Li Zan. This is the way of fighting between black chi and righteous chi. The spokespersons supported by both sides take turns to rule the world. It seems that the world is now being ruled by spokespersons supported by black chi. One Piece Roger said speechlessly. Do righteousness and blackness rule the world in turn? I didn't expect them to be quite harmonious. I thought that two diametrically opposed forces would fight each other to the death. Dad Popular Science said, righteousness and blackness are like yin and yang, they are both an indispensable part of this world. Only one is strong and the other is declining, and there is absolutely no possibility of one disappearing. Li Zan. The relationship between righteousness and blackness is constantly changing like a cycle of yin and yang. This is the original future of this world. But because of the emergence of transmigrators, the balance between righteousness and blackness is being broken. Dad was surprised. Is that so? If there were no transmigrators, what would Dad's world be like? Li Zan. If there is no transmigrator, the dark recovery of this world can only be a little bit of trouble. You will take your nephew, apprentice and Xiao Yu to solve all the troubles intact, not like now sudden hang up. Dad was attacked by an evil spirit, and he accidentally died when he was fighting it. Dad originally had righteousness to protect his body, but now his righteousness is too weak, and it is not enough to protect Dad. 'Tis me. Master Group Owner, where is the traveler of this world? Li Zan. Don't worry, I'll find him right away. He's been doing well in this world, and he doesn't hide himself at all, so it's not difficult to find him. Outside world. Li Zan looked at the big screen on the opposite building, which was playing a video. In the video, a young and beautiful female reporter was interviewing a handsome young man. The young man was talking to the camera. The recovery of monsters and monsters is the general trend. It is useless to evade and deny blindly. We should actively integrate into them. We don't need to fear them, because we humans can obtain power no less than theirs through magic. How did magicians come from? Magic is handed down by gods and demons in ancient times. It's just that in the long years, they gradually faded out of the mainstream vision, and most mages practiced silently like me before. But now the whole world is facing the trend of the recovery of demons. I think we magicians can no longer be passive and avoid the world. We should take the initiative to stand up and actively assume the responsibility of maintaining world peace. Li Zan watched the video for a while, and after figuring out where the young man lived, he immediately set off towards him. In the chat group, the old man asked very puzzled, Master Group Leader, you don't want to say that he is a transmigrator, right? I know this young man named Jang Yi, and he is a young and promising mage. Li Zan. Really? Then why is there no such person in the original future that I know? Whether he is good or bad, we will know by secret observation. What you know, maybe he just showed it on purpose. The side that others see. Europa, in a huge and luxurious castle. Li Zan came here quietly and entered the castle by stealth. The castle is full of magic, this is the righteous magic of Qi, and it is also the reason why Dad recognizes him. Jang Yi is studying Qi magic, but it is just Qi magic, and there is no problem on the surface. In the chat group, the old man couldn't help but ask, Master Group Owner, did you make a mistake? Maybe in the original future, because the black Qi caused only petty troubles, this young man did not appear. Woolen cloth. Li Zan. Don't rush to a conclusion. I'm not in a hurry, what are you in a hurry? Anyway, Li Zan is invisible. Fortunately, he found a place to sit down and played with the infinity stones in his hand. In the chat group, Howard Stark couldn't help but ask, Master Group, does the infinity stones leave the Marvel world, and there is still endless energy? Lee Zahn. The reason why the infinity stone has endless energy is that it is transformed by the laws of the Marvel universe, and it can continuously extract energy from the universe. Now that we have come to a strange world, without home field advantage, naturally it will not there is infinite energy. Mutant Black Emperor. Isn't the effect of the infinity stones reduced a lot all of a sudden? Lee Zahn. Although there is no infinite energy, the infinity stones are still extremely precious treasures. The function of the space gems to manipulate the power of space has not been affected in the slightest, and the function of the power stones has not been weakened. The only change they have, it is no longer a source of 467 energy by itself. Senju Hashirama. If that's the case, the infinity stone is still very powerful, equivalent to a combination of various devil fruits in the pirate world. In other words, does it consume a lot of energy? After it is no longer used as an energy source, every time does it consume the power of the leader of the group? Lee Zahn. It's not a big problem. Although the infinity stone can no longer provide energy, it can still be used as a container. There is still a lot of energy extracted in the Marvel world before, which is enough for me to use for a long time. Go to Marvel world to add. Howard Stark. If you take the 6 infinity stones to other worlds, will you be able to snap your fingers and destroy half the population of the universe? Lee Zahn. Without the energy provided by the infinity stones themselves, even if Thanos was sucked dry, it wouldn't be possible to do such a thing. Outside world. As night fell, Jang Yi finished his magic practice, got up and walked towards the castle underground. Opening a secret door, a room full of black energy appeared, and Jang Yi walked in calmly. In the chat group, the father who saw this scene through Lee Zahn was stunned. He didn't expect that Jang Yi's previous ones were really disguised. Righteous magic is a pretense, and he is an evil mage who studies black chi. Sombra. Core. Jang sat on a throne, raised his hand to summon a group of black-clothed ninjas, and then gave them the order, continue to look for Chenlong and the others, and try to steal the spells in their hands from me. Saying that, Jang Yi took out a map and pointed to the location on it to issue a mission to the Sombra ninjas. When you go to these places to do damage, the bigger the movement, the better. We need to let everyone know that the demon has recovered, understand? The Sombra ninjas nodded, then quickly merged into the ground and disappeared into shadows. The stingy black air, the system of each sound. Jang Yi snorted coldly, picked up a black magic book and continued to study, and began to study black magic. He is very hardworking. Learn righteous magic during the day and black magic at night. High school students can't compare. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 184 Peering Together to Force You to Be the Liver Emperor. In the chat group, the old man asked suspiciously, what does this kid mean when he says the black valve in the system? Lee Zahn replied, I think his system function should be the type of guiding people to believe in the recovery of demons, so as to obtain system points, saying that each system should be created because he gets less points after completing the task. Lee Zahn. As for what he said about black stinging, this is also well explained. Dark creatures in this world will be protected and favored by black chi, just like you can be protected by righteous chi. Lee Zahn. As an outsider, although he helped the black chi gain an advantage in the fight against the righteous chi, even brought the black chi's strength to the apex, and brought the whole world to the ultimate darkness, but he got the black chi from the black chi. The reward is very small. Speaking of which, Lee Zahn suddenly felt a little sympathetic to the traveler. The other traversers were all succumbed to other systems, but he was the only one who made himself a liver emperor. Seeing him working hard day and night to learn magic knowledge, Lee Zahn feels a little sad. He is too difficult. In the past, I couldn't look down on his hard work, so I decided to help him get rid of it earlier and let him leave this tireless world. Jang Yi, who showed his stature and was studying hard, was startled and took 2 steps back to distance himself from Lee Zahn. He shouted sharply, who are you? Lee Zahn smiled and said, a person who will help you out. Jang Yi's expression was icy cold, and large shadows appeared on the surrounding ground. One after another, the ninjas with scarlet eyes appeared quickly, and they slaughtered Lee Zahn without saying a word. The invisible conqueror's haki erupted from Lee Zahn, forming a substantial destructive force, directly smashing the black shadow ninjas who rushed towards him into black smoke. Damn it! Jang Yi's face changed when he saw this. He flipped his palm and took out a grimace mask, which he put directly on his face. The mask of the general of the Ghost Shadow Corps. I didn't expect you to even get this kind of thing. In other words, you should have space for equipment, right? Or that is the storage space provided by the system for you. Lee Zahn looked at Jang Yi in surprise, but didn't stop him, because all his efforts were doomed in vain. How do you know I have a system? Jang Yi was really shocked now. The existence of the system was his biggest secret. He wouldn't be surprised if anyone could recognize the mask of the Ghost Corps general, but if someone could say the existence of the system, he had to be shocked. I said, I'm here to help you free yourself. In this case, how could I not understand you? It seems that your mask has been treated with righteousness magic. Wearing it for a short time will not let the general of the Ghost Corps take home. Li Zan stared at Zhang Yi's ghost mask and analyzed thoughtfully. Another large shadow appeared beside Zhang Yi, and a slender ghost soldier with claws like palms emerged from the shadow, and then aggressively attacked Li Zan. Boom! Li Zan activated the ability of Mera Mera Fruit, his body turned into flames, and the raging fire swelled, directly destroying all the ghost soldiers charging towards him. Are there any other tricks? Don't worry, you can use them one by one for a long time. If you don't use up your cards, you don't know what despair is. Li Zan looked at Zhang Yi calmly and said with a smile. You. Zhang Yi's body trembled slightly, and the ghost mask on his face greatly improved his physical fitness, but he still didn't have the courage to rush forward to fight Li Zan. You forced me. Zhang Yi gritted his teeth suddenly, and suddenly took out a glass test tube from his body. There were two purple-black air masses circulating in the test tube. The air masses had patterns of paper fans and castanets respectively. Pung! The glass test tube was directly crushed by Zhang Yi, and two balls of black energy entered his body along his palm. His form immediately changed, and his whole person turned into a monster. Devil's Chi? You really collected a lot of good things. It's a pity. The black magic tools in this world are accompanied by strong negative effects. You don't dare to use them at will, right? I'm curious. If you can't beat me with this kind of thing, do you think about your end? Li Zan looked at Zhang Yi. The other party had already started to change towards the Wind Demon and the Thunder Demon. Die. Zhang Yi didn't talk nonsense with Li Zan. He opened his mouth to be a hurricane mixed with lightning, destroying the floor in front of him, and bombarding Li Zan with great momentum. The space gems on Li Zan's ring glowed, forming a space barrier to block Zhang Yi's thunder and wind, and at the same time a space imprisonment fell on Zhang Yi's body. What? That's the Infinity Stones. Zhang Yi was stunned. How could the Infinity Stones appear in the world of Jackie Chan's adventures? He has clearly determined that this is a single world, not a mixed world of beauty and comics. Is there no other way? Die. Li Zan's body moved in space and instantly appeared beside Zhang Yi. His fist glowing purple landed on Zhang Yi's body. Boom! Under the buff of the power gem, Li Zan sent Zhang Yi away with one punch, and the ghost mask and two black chi burst out of his body. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully killing a system owner and obtaining the skill, God-level black magic. In an instant, all the knowledge of black magic in the world of Jackie Chan's adventures appeared in Li Zan's mind and could be used by him at will. Ban! Li Zan rolled his eyes and used black magic on the two black chi that were about to escape, directly imprisoning them in midair. The ghost mask that fell to the ground also floated up, and at the same time, 7 masks flew out from Zhang Yi. God-level black magic, magic absorption. The 8 masks and the 2 black chi trembled slightly, and powerful magic power flowed out of them and quickly entered Li Zan's body. In the chat group, the old man was surprised. Master Group Leader, what are you doing? Li Zan. After killing this transmigrator, all the black magic in your world has been mastered by me, and I can use it as I want. I am using the black magic that absorbs magic power to absorb the magic power in the mask and black air into my body. The black magic that absorbs magic power was once used by the black chi mage Daolong to absorb the magical power of the magic animal into his body. Dad worried. The ghost mask and the devil's aura are both products of black energy, and using their power will cause you to fall into darkness. Li Zan. Don't worry. I have god-level black magic, so I can completely ignore this risk. There is no will in these magic powers, and their influence is nothing compared to that. Senju Hashirama asked curiously, Master, are these magic powers strong? Li Zan. Of course. These magic powers can change the level of my life. Do you think they are strong? After experiencing the rebellion of consciousness in his body, Li Zan paid more attention to the power of his own body. Li Zan will never let go of things like mask magic and demonic energy that can increase his own power. Dad thought about it. If Dad remembers correctly, there should be 9 pairs of ghost masks of this type. Did Zhang Yi only collect 8? Li Zan. If the 9 masks come together, all the masks will be destroyed and the ghost generals sealed inside will be released. Zhang Yi knows this, so he didn't get the last mask here. Howard Tucker said speechlessly. You can collect all the masks with just 1 mask. Is this to kill obsessive-compulsive disorder? Li Zan. Although he didn't get the last mask in his hand, it didn't stop him from all the ghost soldiers. The ninja he summoned before is the ghost soldiers that can be summoned by the mask that is not on the scene. Li Zan. That mask was studied by the Holy Master, one of the 8 great demons, who extracted magic power from it and made a spell that could summon them. Zhang Yi learned this black magic, so he summoned them without a mask just now. Outside world. The 8 masks were all shattered, and the 2 black chi also dissipated as black smoke. Their magic was drained by Li Zan, leaving only a pile of impurities that Li Zan had thrown away. The ability of the 8 ghost generals to summon soldiers and their physical strength were all seized by Li Zan, but their will was abandoned by Li Zan, and the ability to transform their bodies to evolve towards the generals was also deflated. The same is true of the 8 great demonic chi. Li Zan absorbed their properties that enhance magic power and strengthen the body, but discarded their attributes that make people evolve into demons. In short, Li Zan removed the aura that belonged to the original host in these magic powers, and returned them to their most essential state. Come out. Li Zan let out a low voice. The magic power of the 8 masks was activated, the magic spell to summon ninja was activated, and 9 shadows with different shapes appeared around Li Zan. Li Zan commanded. You guys should know where the last mask is. Go get it for me. Black Shadow Ninja nodded. Jang Yi had collected the mask of the ninja general, but just hid it elsewhere. The ninja who had been with Kono for a long time knew the location of the mask, and quickly gave it to Li Zan, allowing Li Zan to extract the magic power from it. Perfect. Li Zan sighed. These magic powers are amazing. If he can absorb all the magic in Jackie Chan's world, giving up 10 tails won't make his power and life level drop significantly. In the chat group, the old man reminded. Master Group Owner, the real threat of this world is not over yet. Although Jang Yi, a traveler, disturbed the original future, but the black chi representing the origin of the world did not choose him. Senju Hashirama. That means the black energy, the source of this world, is doing something again. Are you going to create some more demons? The old man corrected. It is not to create demons, but to release the original demons. Those demons are immortal, they were just sealed before. Now that the black chi is so rampant, they will definitely be released again. Li Zan comforted. Don't worry, it doesn't matter if they are released again, it's just giving me magic power. Item 6. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 185. An upgraded version of chakra. Fire-breathing lizardmen found in East Asia, are. Murlocs were found in the South Pacific, and they are suspected to have the ability to control the seawater. Vampires appeared in Western Europe and asked for support. Monsters found in the Neon area, zombies found in the East. Monsters have been found in North America, and they eat everything from grass, stone and soil. Wraiths found in South America. Li Zan logged into Jang Yi's computer account and saw a lot of news on a forum related to magic. In the chat group, Dad also read the news on this forum when he was alive. These news are relatively timely. By referring to this information, we can find the monster that needs to be solved in the shortest time. Li Zan said in surprise. Dad, don't you like these high-tech things? Dad said helplessly. That's right, Dad hates learning these new things, because it will be very troublesome. But in order to eliminate demons as soon as possible, learning these things is also impossible. One Piece Roger said excitedly. This time seems very interesting. I have never seen some of the things mentioned on the forum. Lord Group Owner, can you let me go shopping? Li Zan smiled and said, no problem, not only you, I also plan to recruit a group of ninjas with sealing skills from the ninja army to help. Namikaze Minato. The empire in the world of Crimson Eyes has not been completely subdued. Is it inappropriate to recruit ninjas at this time? Li Zan reluctantly said, really? That's fine, I'll work harder. Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha, I'm going too. I also want to see how powerful these so-called monsters are. Dad. 467. Some of these monsters and ghosts appeared in ancient books, and many of them were unheard of. Dad didn't know how they suddenly appeared, but now Dad has understood that 80% of them are Jang Yi's little boy. The bastard made it. Li Zan comforted. Don't worry, I will solve them one by one. East Asia. A monster that looks like a lizard is fighting fiercely with a monster that looks like a cow. The lizard monster was agile, with sharp fangs and claws. It opened its mouth and spewed out a large mass of high-temperature flames, bombarding the bull-shaped monster. And the bull-shaped monster was not to be outdone. When he raised his hand, the earth roared, and a huge rock flew out, directly tearing the surging flames, and smashed the lizard monster heavily. From a big tree in the distance, blue mist suddenly appeared. Li Zan stepped out of it and watched the battle between the two monsters from a distance. In the chat group, Dad said with certainty, these two people must have absorbed the demonic energy of the demon of fire and the demon of earth, which is why they became like this. Senju Hashirama couldn't help but say, I just wanted to ask, what exactly are demonic chi? As you can tell from your previous conversations, they are not pure magic, right? Li Zan. How to say it? You can think of it as an upgraded version of chakra. Uchiha Madara stunned, an upgraded version of chakra? Li Zan. That's right. According to chi magic, the root of a life is the inner essence of the body and soul. Every life is an extension of chi, a mixture of body energy and spiritual energy. Senju Hashirama suddenly said, chakra is also the product of the combination of spiritual energy and physical energy, but, BFDH. Why do you say that chi is an upgraded version of chakra? Li Zan. Senju Hashirama. You inject your own chakra into Uchiha Madara, what will happen to Uchiha Madara? Senju Hashirama was stunned. There shouldn't be any changes, right? His chakra is not weaker than mine, but my chakra is more numerous. Li Zan. That's right, using someone else's chakra won't bring you much change, but if you inject your own kai into Uchiha Madara. Senju Hashirama asked curiously, what, Li Zan? Uchiha Madara will have a part of your sage body, and even the character will change to you. Senju Hashirama asked in surprise, no way? Shiki the Golden Lion, so amazing? Whitebeard. Ancient Lala. It seems that this kind of thing is really might. Who will affect anyone? Li Zan. That's right. If the strong get the chi of the weak, the influence of the strong will be very limited, or even no, but if the weak get the chi of the weak will move towards the strong. Transformation, both mental and physical. Dad. That's right. The two monsters fighting below should be just two ordinary people, but they got the devil's chi by chance, so the two of them transformed into the devil. Mutant Black Emperor. Are the abilities and bodies that the two of them now possess demonic? Li Zan. That's right. These are the two small fire demons and earth demons, and their original consciousness may have been suppressed. Howard Stark. There should be no such hidden dangers in the exhaust gas absorbed by the lord of the group. I remember saying that you are not a big problem. Li Zan. Yes. I have evolved demonic auras with black magic, retaining their properties that enhance my body and soul, and removing the mutations they would cause me. One Piece Roger said eagerly, Master, can you let me fight these two small demons? Li Zan. No problem. There are two places, who else wants to try? Uchiha Madara. I'm going to meet that fire demon. By the way, what are the 8 demons? Dad. Heaven, earth, water, fire, wind, thunder, moon, and mountains. 8 different demons correspond to different natural things, each possessing different mana. Li Zan opened the world channel, Roger and Uchiha Madara appeared, and without a word, they killed the trumpet demon who was fighting fiercely. Roar, kill. After being attacked by Uchiha Madara and Roger, the two trumpet demons eroded by exhaust gas suddenly let out an angry roar. Fire style, the fire is extinguished. Uchiha Madara looked at the trumpet fire demon in front of him, and when he opened his mouth, a blazing fire spewed out. Not to be outdone, the trumpet fire demon also spit out a sea of fire, fighting against Uchiha Madara's fire path. Okay. Uchiha Madara was a little surprised, and said in the chat group, the flame scale of this trumpet fire demon is not as good as mine, but the quality of his flame seems to be very high. Li Zan. Of course. This is the demon fire corresponding to the 8 trigrams. This kind of fire contains mana. You can think of it as the fire style of chakra in the world of Hokage. Boom. Just when Uchiha Madara competed with the trumpet fire demon, Roger, the pirate king, was already waving the saber in his hand and excitedly fighting with the trumpet earth demon. The demon of the earth has the ability to control the earth element, and he can control the earth with a wave of his hand, and the boulders hit Roger one after another. Not only that, his body transformed by demonic energy is also extremely powerful, able to resist the slashing of Roger's sharp sword. Roger complained in the chat group, how can this guy's body be so strong? It feels stronger than Charlotte Linland's steel and iron bones, and it's a match for Kaido. The old man hummed, only magic can defeat magic, and such an attack cannot destroy the body of a demon. Li Zan agrees. Without a magical attack, it's really hard to destroy a demon's body. In the original future, the soul of the Holy Lord was summoned from hell with his back to the dragon, and made a new body with magic. It is such a body that has resisted the attacks of various modern weapons in the 13th district unscathed. Shiki the Golden Lion. Although the body of this demon is sturdy and terrifying, its magic power to control the earth is nothing more than that. What it can do, my lion fruit ability can also do it. Li Zan. Does your lion fruit ability allow you to escape and build a palace underground? Shiki, the Golden Lion, said in amazement, the devil of the earth still has this ability? I really can't do it. But my lion fruit ability can also control other things, which is incomparable to the devil of the earth. One Piece Roger. It's useless to control more things, the key is to look at your own combat power. Charlotte Linland, that woman, who controls flames and lightning, what's the use? The real combat power depends on her powerful body. These demons are the same type as Charlotte Linland. Li Zan. That's not necessarily true. The 8 demons are not the same type, and there are differences between them. Some demons are powerful and their abilities are only auxiliary. Some demons are ordinary and rely on abilities and magic to eat. The 8 great demons are all monsters that were naturally raised and spawned by black energy. But they are not the same, and there is a huge gap between them. Like the demon of the mountain and the demon of the earth, they correspond to the mountains and the earth. Their bodies are strong and sturdy, and their abilities are only auxiliary for them. Like sky demons and water demons, they correspond to the sky and water, and their bodies are relatively weak, so naturally they will not focus on physical skills, but study abilities and magic. The fire demon, the wind demon, the thunder demon, and the moon demon, their corresponding natural things are powerful, their bodies are as good as their abilities, and they belong to the type of balanced development. Li Zan introduced the 8 demons to the undead in the chat group, but the battle outside was getting more and more intense. Both sides have strong defenses and tenacious vitality, and the fight is almost endless. Needless to say, the earth demon's rainproof body, the fire demon's body cannot be easily destroyed. And Uchiha Madara and Roger have Susanoo and Armament Haki respectively, and also have the immortal body of reincarnation. After watching the excitement for a while, Li Zan couldn't help but use black magic. A purple light was released from her hand and landed directly on the 2 trumpet demons. The purple gas wrapped in the sword and the rose flew out of them, and the one that landed in front of Li Zan began to deliver magic power. And the trumpet demon without the spirit of the devil quickly degenerated into an ordinary person. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 186. This is too shameless. One Piece Roger looked at Li Zan, who was absorbing the magic power of the devil's chi, and said helplessly, "Master, I haven't played enough. Can't we wait for us to defeat them?" Li Zan snorted. "Wait until you beat them. A week has passed. Don't look at it. What kind of resilience are you all?" The reincarnated Roger and Uchiha Madara had unlimited physical strength, and the two who started to transform into demons were also rough-skinned and strong, but Li Zan didn't have the time to wait for them to finish the fight. Uchiha Madara asked curiously, "Would the people of this world be able to destroy these demons without us?" Li Zan replied, "Yes," One Piece Roger asked, "but after observing for so long, it seems that there are no masters of our level in this world. What do they use to defeat these demons?" Dad said in the chat group, "Do you think we, like you, use melee combat to defeat demons? We use magic to defeat magic, and our magic can take the devil's aura from them like the Lord. Eliminate." Senju Hashirama asked, "What if the real demons appeared? It should be the undead generals. In other words, the world looks like this. Where did all the undead generals go?" Li Zan, "Maybe they have left this world, or they may have died." Senju Hashirama wondered, "Don't you mean that they are all immortal?" Li Zan, "The so-called immortal generals mean that they cannot be killed, not that they have an infinite lifespan. To be honest, when it comes to treating your subordinates, the righteousness is much more stingy than the stingy." Li Zan, "Each one of the evil creatures created by the black energy has an almost eternal life. The saints and the like created by the righteous energy can be reincarnated at most, but cannot live forever." Howard Stark, "Can I understand it this way? The things made by black chi are meant to be used for a long time, so they are of invincible quality and immortal, while those made by righteous chi are all consumables, and they are thrown away when they are used up. On the one hand, take it out and tinker when needed and then use it." Li Zan, "It's okay to understand this way. Black chi will give the demons eternal power, while righteousness is often only given to the subordinates. So when the black chi is not very active, the righteous side will not have strong power. This the world will appear normal." Li Zan, "For example, in the original future, all kinds of demons and monsters, including the 8 great demons, would appear in turn, and they would be sealed by the father with his apprentices, nephews, etc. behind them. During this period, the strength has not increased, but the righteousness has given them a strengthening buff, giving them temporary strength." Li Zan, "Without the strengthening of righteousness, Shen Long, my father's nephew, is just an ordinary person. He has to use a wheelchair if he steps on a toy and falls. But if he has strengthened his righteousness, he can kick the devil away with 1 foot. Jumped from the 100-meter building unharmed." The mutant Black Emperor suddenly said, "This is the blessing of righteousness? It's really amazing." Dad, "Master Group Owner, what kind of reinforcement will Dad get under the blessing of righteousness? I'm talking about fighting the devil." Li Zan, "The demons will attack Shenlong like crazy, ignoring you who make magic beside you." Howard Tucker was speechless. "Is it down to the halo of wisdom? This is too shameless." Li Zan, "Not only, at that time, Dad's magic will be 100% successful, and the success rate will be 100%, and there will never be accidents. Moreover, he himself can create magic in any environment with peace of mind, and will not be disturbed by the surrounding environment. And do not need hot tea to help yourself meditate." The old man smiled and said, "If you think about it, this blessing is not bad. A 100% success rate in casting spells is what all mages dream of. You don't need hot tea to calm down, and you can be happy in any situation. Casting spells without detours, this is the realm that my father has always pursued." Li Zan, "It's a pity. The appearance of Jang Yi broke the balance between righteousness and blackness. The blessing of righteousness is not so powerful, otherwise you will not be finished. The original righteousness and blackness were sitting in a chair alternately, and the result was the appearance of Jang Yi has greatly increased the strength of the black chi, and directly flips the table to play hard. The righteous chi can't resist it, so you were abandoned, father." Dad, "Abandoned?" Li Zan, "Yes, your nephew Chen Long is still alive and intact, and Xiao Yu, the reincarnated Saint Seiya, is also safe and sound. Are you the only one left? Is this not abandonment? I think righteousness should be the transfer of blessings to you. It's up to the two of them to save them." Dad, "Wait, you say Xiao Yu is the reincarnation of a saint?" Li Zan, "Of course. Do you think she's an ordinary little girl? But it doesn't matter now, I'll take over the game." A dark shadow appeared next to Li Zan, and several shadow soldiers appeared, reporting to Li Zan the traces of the demon they were looking for. The magic power contained in the 2 demonic auras was absorbed by Li Zan, and a few shadow soldiers opened a shadow channel, and Li Zan stepped into it. Looking at the sudden appearance of the dark world, everyone in the chat group was a little surprised and asked where it was. Li Zan, "This is an independent shadow kingdom, a world where shadows exist. Using it as a transit point, I can go anywhere in the world, and the shadow soldiers take me through it to find magic." Howard Tucker was surprised. "The shadow core still has this use? It's somewhat similar to the ability of the space gem." Dad reminded, The Kingdom of Shadows is indeed a transit station that can lead to any place, but there is a huge amount of dark energy here, and those who move here will be eroded by them, and eventually become a member of the Kingdom of Shadows. Li Zan laughed. Don't worry. The magic power in me can easily resist the erosion of the Shadow Kingdom. On an ancient ruin, a monster that looks like a bat is flying around in the sky, constantly trying to escape from here. But every time he wanted to leave, there would be lasers, pillars of fire and even green magic beams that crossed the route he wanted to escape, preventing him from escaping smoothly. Damn it. The bat monster looked at the three people around him angrily. A little girl in a red coat was suspended in the sky, with golden light flashing in her eyes, and she kept releasing lasers to shoot it down. On the ground below, an old man with a tall figure was holding magic equipment in his hand, and the pufferfish was flashing with green light. Once hit by this green magic energy, the sky demon energy in him will be stripped away, and he will degenerate into a mediocre black energy wizard again. Unlike the two ordinary people who got the devil's aura before, the one who got the sky chi was a black chi sorcerer, and he still retained a certain degree of sanity. Don't want to go. Chen Long held a stone in his hand, the monkey pattern on the stone glowed, and a beam of light was released from above to hit the bat monster, turn into a dog. Far away. Li Zan slowly emerged from the shadows, and when he saw this scene, he couldn't help laughing. Dad, it's no wonder that righteousness will give up on you. Look, he has already found a spare tire that can replace you. The old man said unhappily. I know that old man. He is a classmate who studied magic with me. However, his magic is not as good as his father's, and he can barely replace his work. Tizmi asked curiously. What are the stones in their hands? It looks similar to the Tegu in our world. They are all objects with special abilities. Is this also a creation of alchemy? The old man explained. That is the magic power stripped from the fire demon lord. The stone is the container for storing the magic power. Of course, you can also regard it as a different kind of emperor. Senju Hashirama. Is that your nephew? They use demonic power, so they are not afraid of being corrupted? By the way, they're special, right? Dad. No. The stone of the spell contains righteous magic, and the use of it will not be eroded by the power of the devil. In fact, when the magic power is stripped, there is no will of the devil, and the darkness in it has already disappeared. Cleansed. Namikaze Minato. Are these spells really the same as Tegu? After my understanding, not everyone can use Tegu. Only people with the right wavelength of God can truly use the power of Tegu. Whitebeard wondered. No way? If so, the value of Tegu will be greatly reduced. Li Zan. That's the restriction that the alchemists gave to Tegu, just like the supreme Tegu can only be manipulated by the blood of the royal family. The first emperor was worried that the power of Tegu would be abused and threaten his own empire, that's why these were created. Limit. Shiki the Golden Lion. If that's the case, the Master of God-level alchemy should be able to unlock these restrictions, right? Li Zan. Don't talk about unlocking the restrictions, even if you retrain them and upgrade them, there will be no problem. Dad. Our spells don't have such restrictions, what a mistake. If the same Seiya who made the spells left this restriction ahead of time, maybe we would have a lot less trouble. Li Zan. Looks like it's not easy to rely on Shenlong and the others to deal with this person who has the spirit of a demon in the sky. The old man said helplessly. This little devil is too harsh, relying on his speed and flying ability to hide and dodge, he won't fight Shenlong and the others at all. Li Zan. So let me come, their mission is over. Outside world. The space gem in Li Zan's hand glowed, directly setting the trumpet sky demon and Shenlong in place, and then a teleportation appeared beside the trumpet sky demon. The demonic energy was directly extracted, and the spells on Xiaoyu, Shenlong and others also flew out, and Li Zan extracted the magic power from them. Who are you? What did you do? Shenlong was shocked and angry, and his eyes were full of alertness when he looked at Li Zan. Take it easy. Take a good sense of your state, are you much weaker now than you were just now? Li Zan said to Shenlong and the others with a smile while drawing out the magic power. Nonsense. You took away our spell. Without our magic power, we are of course much weaker than before. Xiaoyu kicked Li Zan in the air and said unhappily. No, I'm not talking about the magic from the spell, but the blessing of righteousness. Zheng Shi stopped blessing you, indicating that it supports me in doing so. Li Zan shook his head, I'm here to replace you. The remaining demons, I will solve it, go. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 187. Unfortunately, there are limits to power. He's right. Zheng Shi stopped blessing us, which means that Zheng Shi does not support us to be his enemy. Dad's classmate spoke up and persuaded Shenlong and Xiaoyu. You have absorbed the magic power in the spell and magic energy? Stop it. Absorbing waste gas will turn into a demon, and we still need the power of a spell to fight the demon. Xiaoyu sees Li Zan's actions, understands Li Zan's intentions, and quickly dissuades him. No need. From now on, you don't need to worry about the demons. Li Zan spoke calmly, looking at Xiaoyu up and down. Compared to the magic power of a spell, you should get used to the huge qi in your body as soon as possible. The voice fell, and the power of the spell and black energy was evacuated by Li Zan, and without the support of magic power, they instantly vanished into ashes. In the chat group, Li Zan asked his father, "Is there anything you want to say to your nephew?" The old man replied, "There used to be some, but now it seems that I don't need it. It would be better if the monsters were all handled by the group owner. Jackie Chan didn't like magic and the like, so let him be safe. It's not bad to be an archaeologist at ease." Li Zan laughed. "I'm afraid this is very difficult. There is a reincarnated niece of a saint, and he himself is the guardian of the saint before his awakening. It's almost impossible for him to stay away from magic. 467. But I will meet him, shelter him in times of trouble." Senju Hashirama suggested, "Would you like to think about reincarnation? You can go back to them." Dad. Is Chengtu reincarnated like a living dead? Dad doesn't need it. No need to worry about magic anymore. Do you want Dad to use the body of a living dead to look after the antique shop? Li Zan. I don't think it's bad to have you reincarnated. You can stay here and look after the world. After all, I won't stay in this world, and I won't know if something goes wrong in this world. Dad. Then Dad thinks it is necessary for him to stay, but it's unnecessary to appear in front of the tower. Didn't Jang Yi leave a castle? Dad thinks it's very good there, so I can study magic with peace of mind. Li Zan. That's right, Jang Yi, the Liver Emperor, has collected a lot of righteous magic and black magic in order to give himself power. Dad, you can try to learn it and see if you can send it to me after you have finished. Dad. Howard Stark said speechlessly. Master Group Leader, you are going too far. Do you want to exploit even the dead? Capitalists are not as excessive as you. Li Zan retorted. Bullshit. There are more capitalists than me. What is it to them to exploit the dead? Not worth mentioning. Instructing the ninja to collect information about his father's life, Li Zan ran around in the world of Jackie Chan's adventures, and after a lot of effort, he finally suppressed the monsters and ghosts that Jang Yi created, and at the same time, he was able to suppress the demonic energy that was scattered outside, or absorbed. After Li Zan solved all the evil spirits, the battle situation between righteousness and blackness in this world changed abruptly. Righteousness turned against the trend and gained a fighting advantage. The 8 demons that were about to get out of trouble, the hell space they were in became solid again, making it impossible for them to escape from it. The struggle between righteousness and blackness will not stop, and the demons and ghosts in this world will not disappear completely. It's better if Dad stays in this world, and there will be people like Jang Yi in the world. The old man walked out of the coffin that had been reincarnated and said with a sigh. With Li Zan's ability, it is a very simple matter to take Jang Yi's castle reasonably and legally. After quickly finishing the affairs of the castle and letting his father live in peace, Li Zan came to Australia alone. Howard Stark spoke in the chat group. Master, isn't this the Ayers Rock? I visited it before when I went to Australia. Mutant Black Emperor. Ayers Rock. I have also visited this thing. There is no such huge rock in a radius of thousands of miles, but it is a rock standing on the wasteland, and scientists can't explain the reason for its appearance. Li Zan laughed. The Ayers Rock in this world is not an ordinary rock. It is the first layer of defense to guard the age of the book. The old man was surprised. Master Group Owner, you don't want to play the idea of history books? I advise you not to do that. Senju Hashirama asked curiously, what is the history book? It sounds like it's very powerful. Li Zan. The history book of years is the artifact of this world, a treasure born from heaven and earth. The book magically records everything that happened in this world, just like a history book records history. Sword God Ryoma. You won't tell me that rewriting history in the history books can affect reality? Li Zan laughed. Why not? If it didn't have this ability, it wouldn't be considered an artifact. While speaking, Li Zan used black magic on Ayers Rock, opened a magic door on the rock, and entered the interior of Ayers Rock through it. There seems to be a mobile palace inside the rock, and there is another secret entrance at the core of the palace. Entering it, you can see the history books placed there. The old man persuaded. Master, you don't want to change history, do you? The price you have to bear to change history is very high. Howard Stark also cautiously persuaded. Master, didn't you say that in the original future, Tony and the others disrupted time and attracted the past Thanos? I don't recommend you do something to rewrite history. Li Zan laughed. Who said I'm going to rewrite history? I'm just here to verify some things. History doesn't do me any harm now, why should I thank it? Golden Lion Shiki. Jia ha ha ha. Rewriting the history book can rewrite history. Does that mean that anything written in this book can be realized? If so, then this artifact will be blown up. Li Zan. This is exactly what I want to practice. I want to see if the history books of these years have limits. Li Zan picked up the pen next to the history book and wrote directly on the history book that he had an all-around cosmic level of strength. Immediately after, the handwriting written by Li Zan on the book disappeared. Really, the history book of years is not an invincible existence, and its power also has an upper limit. Li Zan pouted and continued to write about his strength in the history book of the years, and finally found that the history book of the years should be bound to the Earth, at most the solar system. This made Li Zan a little disappointed, thinking it was a cosmic artifact. Dad said in the chat group, the history book of these years does not seem to be of great help to the group owner. Is the group owner going to take it away? Li Zan shook his head and said, no need, This thing should be the same as the Infinity Stones. It will quickly become weaker without home court advantage. But this is enough. He should be able to help me solve the problem of multiple wills in my body. Uchiha Madara. Isn't the leader of the group possessing god-level black magic? Can't the magic of this world solve the problem of will? Dad. I remember that some magic can transfer the soul. Did the group owner try to transfer the excess soul from the body? Li Zan. No, what I'm facing is a problem of will. This thing is deeper than the soul's magic that transfers the soul. It can't transfer the will out of my body. Namikaze Minato. Indeed. Soul skills can't deal with tailed beasts. At first, I tried to seal the soul of 9 tails with the ghoul seal, thinking that I would only leave a body for Naruto to use. What happened? 9 tails' chakra is divided into yin and yang parts, and the yang attribute chakra in 9 tails still has its own consciousness. Dad. Well, soul. Li Zan. According to some worlds, consciousness should be the true spirit, and it is the core of a life. The soul is its first layer of protection, and flesh and blood is its second layer of protection. Consciousness is a thing more than a soul, more difficult. Dad. So, Lord of the group, do you plan to use the power of the history books to strip out the excess will from your body? Li Zan. Yeah, this is the home of the history books. It should be able to do this. Even if you can't get those superfluous wills out, you can kill and seal them. With that said, Li Zan wrote down his wishes in the history book and stripped all 11 consciousnesses out of his body. A magic power emanated from the history books of the years, which directly acted on Li Zan's body, stripping all 11 consciousnesses from him. Perfect. Li Zan suppressed and sealed these 11 consciousnesses at will, and then continued to write in the history books of the years. He obtained the black magic that can peel off, seal, and kill the will. Another magic power appeared. Li Zan's wish came true again, and black magic for consciousness appeared in his mind one by one. It's really useful. Unfortunately, there's a limit to the power. It's a pity that Li Zan read the history books. It would be nice if this was a cosmic artifact. In the chat group, Namikaze Minato suddenly said, Master, do you need to be merciful to the Revolutionary Army who killed the world of Crimson Eyes? They have been making a lot of noise recently, and many people in the Empire have proposed to kill them all. Li Zan. What did they do? Namikaze Minato. On the one hand, they spread rumors in the Empire, used us to create panic among the unknown, and encouraged the citizens to join them in overthrowing us. On the other hand, they also seem to be looking for those powerful dangerous species, ready to attack from they get materials there to make taiko against us. Li Zan sneered. Since they are so reckless, they don't need to be merciful. I told you before, right? These revolutionary troops are not pure good people, and most of them want to gain power and wealth. Namikaze Minato. Got it, I'll consider lightly punishing the valuable and motivated ones, and I'll execute the rest. Also, shall we collect some precious metals and hunt some dangerous species? These things are all crafted good material for taiko. Li Zan. As you like, there are a lot of good materials in the Marvel world, you can get as much as you can. Also, beware of those dangerous species, they're the overlords of the world of Crimson Eyes. One Piece Roger. No way, Lord, I have killed some dangerous species. Their strength is not very strong, and they are not much stronger than those sea kings. Li Zan. There are giant sea kings as large as islands in the sea kings. Do you think there is no super dangerous species with terrifying strength among the dangerous species? One Piece Roger suddenly became excited. I understand, Lord of the group, send me to the world of Crimson Eyes. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 188. Don't underestimate the instinct of human infighting. In the chat group, Dongfang Gaiyu said, Master, can you visit my world? After Tasmi and Dad, Dongfang Lone Moon also chose to believe in Li Zan. Ding. Dongfang Lonely Moon sent an exclusive red envelope, Pyongyang Yan, top, to the group owner Li Zan. Ding. Dongfang Gaiyu sent an exclusive red envelope, Fox Demon World Pass, to the group owner Li Zan. Li Zan readily accepted the red envelope from Dongfang Gaiyu, saying that this matter was covered by himself. Fox Demon World, God Volcano Village. In the room that once belonged to Dongfang Lonely Moon, Li Zan's figure appeared out of thin air. After making his body transparent, Li Zan left the room silently using the power of space gems, and appeared at the top of the tallest building in Shenhuo Zhuang. In the chat group, Fire Fist Ace looked at the disciples of Shenhuo Zhuang who were playing with Pyongyang, and said in surprise, the flames they control are so strange, the flames released by me with the ability of Mera Mera fruit are completely different. Whitebeard smiled and said, in the red envelope that Dongfang Gaiyu sent to the group owner just now, there's a skill called Pyongyang. Those people below should be using this kind of Pyongyang, right? Shiki the Golden Lion. It seems that their flames are not the same as our devil fruit ability, and they are not unique. I think this flame should be similar to the Hokage world's adaptation. As long as you learn it, you can use it. Dongfang Gaiyu. You are wrong. This kind of Pyongyang can only be used by the people of our Dongfang family. It is impossible for others to learn it. Senju Hashirama said in surprise. 15. That is to say, all the people in this huge manor are from your eastern clan? Are there many of your Eastern clan? Dongfang Lonely Moon. No, apart from me, there should be only my 2 daughters left in the Eastern clan. The pure yang yan used by those people in the villa is not pure, it is the flame we created for them. Use. Uchiha Madara wondered. You make fire for them to use? You won't tell me that this kind of fire is a consumable item like a detonator, right? Li Zan. Let me explain. To use the words of your Hokage world to explain, that is, the people of the Eastern clan put pure yangan in a special item, and other people sign a contract with this item, and then they can use it. Summoning technique conjures pure yang yan. Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern said in surprise. Isn't it? So many people summon a flame together, and they don't mind it? If you don't mind so much trouble, it seems that this flame is very powerful. Dongfang Gaiyu said proudly. Of course. Pure yang yan is a demon-killing fire handed down from ancient times, and it is an important reason why human beings can survive in this world full of demons. Dad. There are also monsters and monsters in this world? If so, is there such a thing as magic in this world? Dongfang Gaiyu. There are no magic, saints, and undead generals in this world, but there are Taoist priests in this world. People from the demon race have magic arts, and people from the human race have Taoism. The existence of Taoists and Taoism is an important reason for the human race to gain a foothold in this world. Senju Hashirama wondered, what is a Taoist priest? Li Zan. You can think of them as another category of monks. Senju Hashirama said stupidly, a monk? I know that. Senju Tobarama suddenly asked. You said that only the people of the Eastern clan can use pure yang yan, and you said that pure yang yan is an important reason for the human race to gain a foothold in this world full of demons. Then can I think that you guys the Dongfang family used to be a huge family? Dongfang Gaiyu said proudly. Of course. The Dongfang family used to be one of the 2 most powerful families of the human race. They are numerous and powerful, and they are an important support for the human race. Senju Tobarama. Then how did your Eastern clan decline to the point where they are now? Apart from you, there are only 2 people left. Dongfang Gaiyu. What else could be the reason? Of course, the endless war. The power of pure yang yan makes many demons fierce, so they naturally want to target us and do their best to prevent the growth of our Dongfang clan. Dongfang Lonely Moon. Do you see the God Volcano village below? Die sooner or later. Li Zan. Establish Shenhuo Zhuang and let other Taoists fight for your Eastern clan. This is indeed a good idea. It's a pity that although it was a good idea, you didn't have the knowledge to lead the wolf into the house and let Jin Renfeng become your eldest disciple. Dongfang Gaiyu is also very regretful. The master of the group is right. I made Jin Renfeng my chief disciple because I was blind. If I hadn't given him the power to manage Shenhuo Zhuang, I would not have been killed. Kill him. Li Zan. Do you think this is the end? In the original future, after Jin Renfeng killed you, he took the Oriental spirit blood from your body, and possessed the same pure yang yan as the Oriental clan can control at will. Ability. Li Zan. With his increased strength, he completely controlled Shenhuo Zhuang and forced your 2 daughters to marry him. After your 2 daughters escaped, he leaked the news that the women of the Eastern clan could pass on spiritual power to future generations. Out. Dongfang Gaiyu said angrily, how dare you do this, beast? Li Zan scoffed. Why didn't he dare to do this? He already killed you with his own hands, why do you think he dared not do it? Second Mizukage Ghost Lantern Wanyue suddenly asked, did the Eastern clan finally perish? Li Zan. Destroyed. Although it was not directly destroyed in the hands of Jin Renfeng also contributed. Whitebeard spoke silently. At East Lone Month, do you need help? I can help you beat that golden man to death for free. Dongfang Gaiyu wondered. Why? Shiki the Golden Lion laughed and said, Ahahaha. Because his experience is similar to yours, do you understand? He was also betrayed and killed by his own men. Not only that, his pirate group, which is similar to his family, was also betrayed and killed by his own men. His trader was ruined. No wonder. The same as the end of the world reduced people. Dongfang Gaiyu suddenly realized, accepted Whitebeard's kindness, and said that he would let him help if needed. But Dongfang Gaiyu and Whitebeard both knew that this was just a polite remark. Since Li Zan was dispatched, 80% of them have no chance to participate. Outside world. Li Zan maintained his invisibility. The space gem flashed into a room, and saw Jin Renfeng having a meeting with a group of his subordinates. Jin Renfeng sat on the main seat and asked indifferently, how many people in the current Shenwoshan village have decided to be loyal to me? Next to him, a golden-haired dog-legged man nodded and said, 40% of the disciples of Shenhuo Zhuang have decided to be loyal to the senior brother. If we give us a little more time, 70% of the disciples will only follow the senior brother. Jin Renfeng sneered. Kichung. Very good, then I'll bring it to you for a while. Go down and do things, don't let me down. Jin Renfeng gave an order, and the disciples of Shenhuo Zhuang who were loyal to him immediately withdrew, leaving Jin Ren Shafeng alone in the room. Boom! Jin Renfeng raised his palm, and pure yang flames rose from his palm, beating flexibly in his palm. Eastern spirit blood is really a good thing. Not only did I become a perfect master with the pure yang yan killer, but it also doubled my mana. Master. Why didn't you give me such a good thing earlier? it's useless for me to call you master. A morbid smile appeared on Jin Renfeng's face, and he murmured with a smile that was not a smile. Dongfang Gaiyu in the chat group was about to explode when he heard this. Why didn't he see that Jin Renfeng was such a wolf-hearted thing before? Everyone in the chat group condemned Jin Renfeng one after another. Even Shiki, the Golden Lion and the Mutant Black Emperor, Guangshang, too cruel and cruel-hearted, did not like Jin Renfeng as a person. King the world. I really have to thank you. If you hadn't reminded me, how could I have come up with such a good idea to capture the Oriental spirit blood? When I see you next time, I must thank you very much and let you experience what it is like to be burned by pure Yang. Jin Renfeng's face became much gloomier, and a cold voice full of killing intent came out of his mouth slowly. In the chat group, Howard Stark asked curiously, "Who is this king of the world?" Dongfang Gaiyu. The Wangshen family and the Dongfang family are the two most powerful families in human Taoism. Wangshen Tianxia is a member of the Wangshen family and the youngest son of their patriarch. In terms of talent, it is second only to the genius of the Wangshen family, Wangshen. Domination. Li Zan. Don't think about it, this king of the world is a transmigrator. Don't think that he is not as good as the king's hegemony now. Give him a little time to grow up. It's not difficult for him to surpass the king's hegemony. Li Zan. Of course. If he is unlucky like Jang Yi and encounters an unfortunate door system, then it is possible that he will not be able to surpass the king's hegemony for the rest of his life. Dongfang Gaiyu. I am more interested in his motives than the power of the king's power. If he is a traveler, does he know the original future of our world? According to the well-informed explanation of the group owner, it is not all traversers know the future of our world. Li Zan. I think he should know, otherwise he won't remind Jin Renfeng to take your spiritual blood. Senju Hashirama. The kingship in the world should be deliberate, right? The kingship family and the Dongfang family are the top two families in the human sect. If the Dongfang family is defeated, the kingship family will gain the most. The old man wondered. No way? They have a common enemy demon? Senju Hashirama sneered. Why not? Don't underestimate the instinct of human infighting. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running. Chapter 189. Jin Renfeng was forced to turn against by the owner of Dongfang village? In the chat group, Lu Xing couldn't help but say, it's a little inappropriate to say that infighting is a human instinct? Li Zan laughed. Why is it not suitable? I think it is very suitable. As long as there are people, there will be a need for external resources. And resources are limited, it is absolutely impossible to give everyone enough. Li Zan. Just like humans and demons in this world, they are competing for land resources. If we look at this world as a whole, aren't humans and demons fighting and fighting? Lucy is speechless. How can you explain it like this? Li Zan continued. Even if it is a Taoist priest who fights against demons together, they need all kinds of materials, status, power and reputation. There is only one leader of the Yiki Taoist League, but the strongest family in the human Taoist sect is there are two. Dongfang Gaiyu said coldly. Before the old man died, he was the leader of the Yiki Tao League. From the point of view of fighting for power and profit, the royal family can also speak to the old man. Senju Hashirama comforted. Calm down, this is nothing. Compared with the experience of our Senju family, your eastern family is not bad. One Piece Roger suddenly said. I sensed Shenhuo that there was a large group of people outside the villa, and they seemed to be monitoring Shenhuo Villa. Li Zan smiled and said, don't think about it, Wang Quan must be among them. Let's go and meet this transmigrator. Outside the god volcano village, King Quan Tianxia sat on the branch of a big tree, leaned his body on the trunk at will, and looked at Shenhuo Zhuang from a distance. Don't you do it yet? Jin Renfeng is very patient. Wang Quantian sneered, speaking of Jin Renfeng with undisguised disdain and contempt on his face. Open black lens bracket Pyongyang Yan. Close black lens bracket. Although Pyongyang Yan is powerful, you cannot exert its power. Jin Renfeng, I admit that you are very talented. It's a pity that this world doesn't just look at talent, it also looks at blood. Open black lens bracket. If you are a member of the Dongfang family and have Dongfang spirit blood in your body, your Pyongyang flame will be so powerful that I will retreat. Unfortunately, you are just an ordinary person with a mediocre bloodline. Your little Pyongyang Yan can be broken with a single sword. Jin Renfeng, you will be like this all your life. The advantage brought by the bloodline is something you can never smooth out. Could it be that you can still replace your own blood? Recalling what Jin Renfeng said at that time, Wangshen Tianxia admitted that there were no small loopholes in this rhetoric. It's a pity that Jin Renfeng was severely humiliated by him at that time, and when he was mad, he was no longer rational. According to the rebellious mentality, the more the king's power in the world is that Jin Renfeng cannot change his bloodline, the more Jin Renfeng wants to prove that he can change. A subordinate of the king's power in the world came over and asked inexplicably, young master under the world, are we still not doing it? Dongfang Gaiyu of Shenwoshan village has died, and the remaining people are not our opponents. Wangshen Tianxia asked, my unlucky big brother hasn't come back yet? The subordinate shook his head and said, there is no news when they go outside the circle, but it is certain that they have not come back. Wangshen Tianxia smiled and said, then don't worry. When Jin Renfeng has scourged Shenhuo Zhuang, it will not be too late for us to take action. Only by letting Jin Renfeng drive the two young ladies of Shenhuo Zhuang to a dead end can my hero save the beauty. Effect. Many Taoist priests from the King Power Villa around looked at each other in dismay after hearing the words, feeling that their son was a little shameless. Seeing this, Wang Quantian said with a look of sympathy, "The monsters are powerful, and they scramble for living space with our humans. We humans should unite to fight against the monsters. How can we fight each other? The root of the struggle of the human race, it is because the Taoist sect lacks a unified leadership. Wangshen Mountain Villa and Shenwoshan Villa take turns in charge of the One Chi Dao sect, so that there are two commanders of the human Dao sect. This is not good, and it is very bad for human beings. For the benefit of the entire human race, this problem must be solved. When I have all the two young ladies of Shenwoshan Villa can be merged into our King Power Villa. Although I am not very familiar with the two young ladies of Shenwoshan Villa, I am willing to sacrifice my own for the sake of the entire human race, personal happiness. At that time, you will be the heroes of human beings. When I take charge of Wangshen Villa, I will definitely reward you greatly. If Shenwoshan Villa respects me, do you think Wangshen Villa will fall into the hands of others? For the sake of the human race, the owner of the villa, the location is definitely mine." When the Taoist priests of King Power Villa heard this, they suddenly became excited. What the young master said makes sense, the glory and wealth are in front of you. In an instant, the morale of Wang Quantian's subordinates became bursting. In the chat group, Dongfang Gaiyu was so angry that she spoke angrily. "I have seen the king of the world before, how come I didn't see this kid so shameless?" Li Zan said helplessly. "Didn't I say it? You don't know people, not only that, but your ability in management is also negative." For Li Zan's statement, Dongfang Gaiyu expressed dissatisfaction. "I have managed Shenhuo Zhuang and Yiki Dao League for so long, but there have been no major leaks." Li Zan sneered. "That's just because you are strong enough that others don't dare to mess around because of your strength. Once you lose your strength, Jin Renfeng's actions are the best explanation." Dongfang Yue was speechless for a moment, and then said, "This makes sense, if it weren't for my decline in strength due to old age, how would Jin Renfeng dare to attack me?" Whitebeard sneered. "I found that there are more and more similarities between Jin Renfeng and Teach. Lord of the group, Jin Renfeng and Blackbeard Teach are the same kind of people, right?" Li Zan. "Jin Renfeng is similar to Blackbeard Teach? Indeed, the two of them are indeed the same kind of people. They both joined the organization with different intentions, and they behaved very well when the leader of the organization was tyrannical, secretly leading the organization. The mighty power of the boss." Li Zan. "When the leader of the organization was not strong enough to fight because of his old age and health, they all made a ruthless and decisive move and seized the power of their own boss. After taking the power of their own boss, they all reached the peak of their lives, and both it has the disadvantage of being reckless and conceited after gaining power." Whitebeard laughed loudly. "Old la la la, brother Dongfang, it seems that we are really sympathetic to each other. You don't have to be too sad, the group owner will help you to avenge, my traitor has already been executed by the group owner." Li Zan. "Blackbeard Teach is the same as Jin Renfeng, and Whitebeard is very similar to Dongfang Gaiyu. Your organization is maintained by your own strength, so none of you found that your subordinates harbored dissent. Scum. Reckless, conceited, you share the same flaws as your traitors." Dongfang Gaiyu sighed. "Before Jin Renfeng did not attack me, he always performed very well, otherwise I wouldn't feel relieved to hand over the management of Shenhuo Zhuang to him." Li Zan. "When Whitebeard was strong, Blackbeard was also a good and well-behaved son. You can't think he's a good person just because he's doing well." Doflamingo interjected. Fu. The reason why many people behave well is because they don't show bad courage and strength. Mr. Dongfang, are you taking people too simply?" Fire Fist Ace. "Teach was a good guy with no ambitions before he discovered dark fruit. Even if the key to dark fruit never appeared, Teach might be a good guy for the rest of his life. So I agree with Doflamingo that being a villain requires capital." Uchiha Madara. "Digress from the topic. I just said that Dongfang Gaiyu has no management skills. Like Senju Tobarama of Spicy Chicken, he is an idiot in terms of identifying and employing people." Senju Tobarama's unhappy remarks, Uchiha Madara. Just about to refute Uchiha Madara, Senju Tobarama suddenly realized that Uchiha Madara was right. In terms of identifying and employing people, he really has nothing to say. Sarutobi Hiruzen and others are all held in high positions by him. Senju Hashirama silently changed the subject. "The problem of knowing and employing people has already been said, and the group owner wants to talk about management skills. In my opinion, Tobarama's management skills are still good. Lord Group, why do you say Dongfang Lonely Moon? What if you don't have management skills?" Silently comforting his brother, Senju Tobarama quickly brought the topic to Dongfang Gaiyu. Li Zan. After becoming the master of Jin Renfeng, he once proposed to marry Dongfang Yu's eldest daughter, but Dongfang Gaiyu refused. After he refused, he did not take any measures to prevent Jin Renfeng. Howard Stark said speechlessly, "Isn't it? You refused his request, so you are not afraid that he will get angry and retaliate against you? Especially after you don't have enough strength." Dongfang Gaiyu said embarrassedly, Judging from his performance at the time, I don't think he is that kind of person. Li Zan. That's why I said that you have no management skills, and you don't even have the concept of defending your opponents. You women of the Eastern Tribe can pass on your experience to the next generation. This kind of important information is related to the survival of the Eastern Tribe, Jin Renfeng. Why can you know? It's not because your precautions aren't doing enough. Oriental Lonely Moon. Mutant Black Emperor. How can important information related to my own survival be leaked? If my subordinates know the information that can affect my survival, then he has no choice but to die. Doflamingo. Fufufufu heard so much from the master of the group, I seem to suddenly understand why Jin Renfeng killed Dongfang Gaiyu in the original future. In short, he asked for it. Dongfang Gaiyu was immediately angry. What did you say? Doflamingo sneered. Don't worry, just listen to me. From the information revealed by the group master, we can know that the master Jin Renfeng holds the power of Shenhuo Zhuang, and also knows many secrets of the Dongfang family, right? Dongfang Gaiyu snorted coldly. So what, Doflamingo? Jin Renfeng asked to marry your daughter, but you refused, right? Dongfang Gaiyu continued. That's right, Doflamingo. Then let's make a bold assumption. If Jin Renfeng continues to serve you faithfully, what will happen? After you die, the person who married your eldest daughter will become the owner of Shenwoshan village, is that right? Dongfang Gaiyu. That's right, but it's a bit inappropriate to say that it is a marriage. To be precise, it should be a marriage. Even if it is Jin Renfeng, the original request was also a marriage. Doflamingo. Then I would like to ask, after the appearance of the new owner of Shenwoshan Zhuang, what will happen to Jin Renfeng? He will definitely give up the power to manage Shenhuo Zhuang, right? Those who have tasted the taste of power, it's hard to give up on it. Doflamingo. Even if Jin Renfeng is willing to give up the power of Shenhuo Zhuang, with his prestige in managing the living villa for many years, it is still a threat to the new owner, who is likely to be expelled or even killed directly. Wang Zhao. Doflamingo. He also knows a lot of secrets about the Dongfang family, so it's not easy for him to leave, and it is very likely that he will be eradicated as a threat, isn't it? Everyone in the chat group, if you become Shenhuo the new owner of the villa, what will you do with the Golden Man? Doflamingo. By the way, don't forget, Jin Renfeng once proposed to marry the eldest daughter of Shenhuo Zhuang. And the eldest daughter of Shenhuo Zhuang is the object of your marriage. People. If you say that, the Golden Man is really a dead end. Doflamingo. The only way for Jin Renfeng to survive is to become the new owner of Shenwoshan village. However, Mr. Dongfang rejected him. He has three choices. One is to be loyal and wait for death. The other is to escape and wait for the chase. To kill, in the end, it is the first to strike first. Li Zan. There is no doubt. In the original future, Jin Renfeng chose the last path. Dongfang Gaiyu, I said you have no management skills, right? Oriental Lonely Moon. Dongfang Gaiyu was stunned, he suddenly didn't know what to say. After being speechless for a while, Dongfang Gaiyu said, it's my fault that you dare to make trouble for a long time? Li Zan. That's not necessarily true. Maybe Jin Renfeng is so ambitious that he didn't think about it at all. This is just a guess made by Doflamingo. Dongfang Gaiyu breathed a sigh of relief. Then I can rest assured. Li Zan. But his guess also shows a problem. Even if Jin Renfeng is not a bad guy, the possibility of him killing you is not small. Oriental Lonely Moon. He better be a badass. Thank you for reading this story at mtlarchive.com. Your support enables us to keep the site running.